Well, it would have helped if I had my audio going. Greetings and salutations. Sorry about that. So let's see here. Sorry that got a little bit late there. Let's see. Hey everybody, what's up, Sean? What's up, Jared? What's up, Ola? And Fino and oh shit, everybody else up there. Gil. Okay. I'm hoping to make this relatively quick, but I don't see Riley in the chat. Riley, if you could just pop your head, let me know you're there before I send you the link. Ich hab dich gesagt, Gil. Okay. Now, basically, all tonight's going to be about is I got to ask a couple of straight questions to young Riley, and I hope to hear this. He did say in the chat below the invite that he was looking forward to it. I said I was looking forward to it. Now, like I said, I am not inviting anybody else at the time. I don't have anybody in the background or anything like that. I'm not like Nathan, who keeps his little unpaid doorman in the back to kick people out. It's just not going to do it. What do you call it? Oh, and by the way, Ranty, that was you who I met there. This is all about just clearing up a couple of things on top of going over a couple of things that they have produced as their claims for flat Earth. Now, mind you, you need to know that I think it was 2 days ago. Another reason why I won't invite Nathan is because of the fact that Nathan specifically said that he's not required to provide proof of flat Earth. He specifically said that, so I am not required to have any reason to talk to him. And like I said, since Ranty can't tell the difference between a crane, a TV antenna, and a roller coaster, yes, that's all factual, by the way. He can't tell the difference between the three of those, even when he's the one taking a picture of it and familiar with the area. Yeah, I have no interest in speaking to him. So, that all said, Riley, if you're in the chat, let me know you're here, please, and then I'll send you the link. Oh man. Oh, and to the guys that I said something to in the back of the in the back chat, in the Google Hangouts chat, I would really appreciate it if you did what I was talking about. Just keep an eye out for that, and but just leave it be until the end of the hangout. Well, let's see here. I guess while we're waiting, it would be right of me, seeing that I'm waiting for Riley to say something, to actually show the chat. Even though now they can, you can actually scroll the chat now. That's kind of cool. Like that. Okay, let's see. Can we use the Jedi mind trick on flat hearts? Nah, I don't know how well that works, man. So, waiting on Riley. Now he did agree to the time. I mean, let's just let's go ahead and make sure that we show this here. He agreed to where is it? There it is, like that. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, I was just waiting on you, Riley. Okay. Let me go ahead and send you the link. Doop doop da doo doop doop doo. Boom, 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 that, and then like that, and then and messages, and that, copy, paste, and send. Okay, Riley, go ahead and check your messages. Should be in there. again, it could be in your spam because all it is a link. So I can move this aside now. I will probably not be directly addressing the chat, so please excuse me for that because there's a lot to cover and in a hopefully little time. So waiting on Riley to show up. Turn this off here. Do 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 do. Hey, Sai, I hope you and Reds ate up all that goodness I sent your way. Da 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 da. Let's see. Still waiting. I know I sent it to him. Let's see. You made a funny hangout and I ignored it. When did that happen? I'm sorry, man. I've been kind of away from my computer for the last day or two. Yeah, I sent it. Well, no, actually, I sent kind of an Americanized care package to Cy and Red. Now I'll give Riley here a moment to probably go to the bathroom or something. Oh, here we go.
Sylvester.
Yes. What's going on there, Anthony?
Lots of non-curve, lots of glorious flatness.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay.
Right, can I just clarify something? Did you invite Nathan or did you not invite Nathan?
I did not.
Oh, right. The way I read it was that Nathan was invited, but you were poking him saying, you have no evidence, so there's no point in you coming. But I thought it was an invite.
No, I didn't invite him at all for that very same statement.
Right, I interpreted that to be an invite. Nathan said it wasn't an invite. And I said, no, he's poking you. He's saying, get your ass in here. He wants to talk to you.
No. Even though you and Nathan find that to be a tactic to get somebody in, I don't. I don't find that a tactic.
No, it was just that you weren't sufficiently clear on this occasion. That was all.
Saying that they're not invited isn't sufficiently clear.
No, you didn't say that he wasn't invited. You said that Nate. If you read what you put in the advert, it can be read both ways, and we both read it differently. And it doesn't matter. I just wanted to know what was the official position.
The official position is I got nothing to say to him. Otherwise, I'd go to his show.
You do go to his channel.
Well, I went there twice.
So what can we do for you then this morning? But let's talk about the comprehension bit first.
Okay, let's talk about that first. All right, so
I misrepresent your words, correct?
Of course you do.
So let me just, for the benefit of your listeners, this is what I quote you as saying, quote, it appears to be an inverted mirage that appears to the observer as obstruction.
Okay.
And that's
but no, that's not what I said.
That was what you said. I put a video on about it, and that was
exactly I know you put a video on it. Doesn't mean you were right. Let's see here. Hold on. I'll even bring it up. It's below the video Island of Nowhere. And the part that you decided to go off and claim here was you guys claim that dirty air or whatever. This is a quote of my words. You guys claim that dirty air or whatever, which from the observer would appear as an obstruction, not reflection. Now, how are you getting, I'm saying reflection is that? How are you getting that?
You said, your words were, it's an
typing. This is your typing here.
Yeah. So what's the issue? Is the issue that I didn't get it verbatim correct, or was it that I changed the prose, or what? What's the issue?
Well, basically, you took it completely out of context.
No, I said it was, I quoted your words to say it was an inverted mirage that appears to the observer as obstruction.
Right.
How is that not what you're saying?
However, you guys claiming dirty air. Okay. Dirty air would be considered, the way Ranty explained it was dirty, mucky air that you can't see through.
Yeah.
And you had to get above to see.
Yeah, but my question to you was what
now, this is dirty air
for the float. No, Sly. You're either this is not what we're referring to when we say dirty air.
Well, that was the way he explained it, and he even made it a big, long black line, correct?
Right, but go to the beginning of the video where I asked you the original question about what is the current science for this.
The beginning of what video?
Your video, when I asked you, where you quoted me from then.
No, I'm quoting you on the Hangout, or excuse me, the comments below it.
Yeah, so go to the top comment. Right.
Okay.
So what's my first comment to that thing there? Right, is that it?
This is it. Yeah. I mean, I got it right here from the site.
Right, there you go. Start. Right, hang on. Stop. Don't move. Okay. Now I have your attention. Please tell me what the current science is to explain why the land appears to be floating. The layer of area it seems to be sitting on is the same color as the sky, which by your accepted mantra, logic and reason, can only allude to it being an inferior mirage of the land above it. Correct? Question mark. That means I'm asking you a question. If not, please tell me what is going on here. Don't obfuscate and skate round the issue with irrelevant conjecture. In other words, do a rumpus. Answer that one question. Now, eventually, we did get to the point where you answered it, and you described it as an inferior mirage that appeared to the observer as obstruction.
And correct? You agreed with that, true?
I agree with you. That's what I've said that I agree with you.
Great. Okay. Now, nowhere in this did I say that the inferior mirage was the obstruction that is curvature, which you love to put it as.
Right, but by describing that...
No. That is what you keep selling it to everybody as. You even sold it like that on Jeranism's channel just the other day.
Right, but by not saying the obstruction at the horizon that I was asking you specifically about was curvature, you've given it a different name, which I agree with, but by doing that as the alternative means that it's not curvature, it's something else.
No, all we were talking about was that little strip at the bottom, which you and I both agree is an inferior mirage.
Yeah, can you see what it says on that picture there? It says inviting Riley, and then you on the right hand side, can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the floaty land that we're referring to, the dirty air.
And we're going to get to that in a second.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that the dirty air is what you were showing, which was dirty air.
Right, but that is how Ranty explained it as dirty air, stuff you can't see through.
No, that's how you...
Dirty air doesn't look like water or reflection. Dirty air looks like dirty air.
Yeah, but that's how you interpreted what he said.
No, that's how you interpreted what you think I thought he said. You see where this is going, man?
No, we know the term dirty air has been used to describe that floaty land stuff, that little bit of thing that's obstructing the horizon that we don't know what it is. That's what we're referring to when we say dirty air.
Well, now wait a minute. You say you don't know what it is, but you said a second ago inferior mirage. You agreed with that.
Correct.
Okay, so now 2 sentences later, you don't know what it is.
No, I'm saying that you've misinterpreted what Ranty said when he said dirty air. The picture that you brought up the picture you brought up before of dirty air is not what he was referencing.
Okay, now the other part of it. Oh no, that's not my comment. The other part of it was, and you keep on avoiding this part because you like to jump around to other things. Okay. The part that you always seem to avoid is that okay, you guys, this was my word. You guys claim that dirty air, whatever. But the part you love to jump over is the part that the mirroring portion, when visible, is an inferior mirage. Not difficult. This does not account for the required vertical space, which should be occupied by the missing land.
But it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
When have you ever shown that?
Just go and look at how high the land is that's missing. It's like 70 feet max.
At which marker?
The whole town of Ramsey, the town of Blackpool.
Right. You know your pictures of Blackpool don't have any inferior mirage going on them, right?
How can you prove whether there's an inferior mirage there or not at night?
Didn't we just agree that there is a reflection and there's lights?
But I can show you evidence of the Blackpool picture with inferior mirage, but you won't accept it.
Watch this. This is honestly, to me, you've already said everything I need you to say. Now, hold on.
Great. So what's the problem?
I'll show you the problem. Number one, your comprehension skills. But we already covered that. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
You mean my comprehension skills were based around your misinterpretation of what Ranty were doing?
Well, then Ranty needs to learn English. Okay.
It was a phrase we used for weeks, man. It's more about your
I know it's become a joke in the whole community. Okay, you see these two guys here?
I do.
Okay, both the same exact Lego Stormtrooper keychain flashlight thing that I got from a loved one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I took these two images. It's actually a video. These are screen caps. Okay, they are this guy and this guy. They're both the same one. Okay, are standing on the exact same piece of plastic.
Okay.
Okay. Do you notice any difference in the two pictures?
The angle of the observation appears to be different on one over the other.
Well, this one here is just a little touch higher. Okay, but meaning the one on the right, for those who can't see my mouse moving around, the one on the right is actually filmed from a little bit higher. This should actually be a little bit closer here. Okay, but do you notice anything about the reflection? Are you there? Hello? Is anybody here? Where the hell is anybody hearing me? Anybody hear me? Somebody type something in there if they can hear me. Okay, so people can hear me. Does anybody hear Anthony? Because I don't hear Anthony. Okay. Well, I'll wait for Anthony to come back. I don't know what happened. Anthony, I don't have you muted or anything like that. He's still here. You can see his little sword swinging down there in the corner. But Anthony, if you can hear me, then yeah, okay, okay, everybody. Wow, I guess there's a little bit of latency there, but Riley, tell you what, man, I cannot hear you, so I am going to put you out, and please rejoin. I think you can do that, right? Oh wait, if I eject him, he's not going to be able to come back in, right? Does anybody know if I eject him? Because I know they do this on other ones. Don't remove him. Okay. Okay, if he's removed, then he can't rejoin. Okay. What's that key that he's got to hit? Was it F9 or F5 or something like that to restart? Just so everybody can see, I still have him in the Hangout. This is him right here. Okay. Now I am not going to. Oops. Excuse me. I am not going to eject him because I don't want him blocked out. Okay. Maybe his computer crashed. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he would have said something in chat by now. F5 is restart. Okay. Hey Riley, if you can hear me, if you're not in the middle of restarting, please hit F5 and it will actually restart your connection to the Hangout. Okay, I'm going to accept the possibility that his PC probably crashed. I know it's happened to me before. So we'll just wait for a second here. Okay, he just dropped out. It just dropped out just now. Okay, I did not do that. He did that, or his connection timed out. Okay, Riley sent me a Skype message. His internet dropped. He'll be back as soon as possible. Okay, cool. Whew. For a moment there, I thought it was me. Man, I'm loving this new camera though. By the way, if anybody's wondering, I didn't know that it actually activates. I was going to do it for another time, but there is a super chat on here. Thank you, Housefly. And I'm trying to get me a 3D printer. So if everybody sent me pie, think about that. I can get a 3D printer, and then I can really do some cool shit. Doesn't Skype need the internet? Yeah, but he could be on his phone or something, Barry. Okay, still waiting. Do I live in Getmany? No, I live in Germany. Yeah, we all saw that, Bodie. Oh, something like that. Yeah. Gosh, there seems to be an awful lack of flat earthers in my chat. I find that interesting. I am American. I'm a United States Army veteran. Yes, I really live in Germany. I live in southern Hessen. Most of us Americans don't know that Germany actually has states as well, and I live in the state of Hessen. What, Nathan's running the show right now? Well, solar DNA, it's definitely worth the trip, but come here when it's warm out. Sometime between, I would say, June and late September is the best time to come here. No, not Essen, Hessen. Hessen sucks. Ja, Bayern is auch scheiße. Red, what you're missing right now is Riley's internet crashed, and he will be rejoining us momentarily. What video are you discussing? Well, I might have to bring up yours again, dang. But no, it's actually a couple of things. We're going to be going over things about Blackpool, things about Isle of Man, things about we've already sort of covered up the comprehension skills. Yeah, so we got. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing the world record photo too. Somebody got my joke. Awesome. Thanks, Luke. Ursus said he sniped himself. Let's see. Landa buyout. Yeah. Anthony is resetting his modem. Okay. Hey, Kara. Scribbing is bad. Please go over something. Advise him that sniping a hangout is a dick move and shows him to be a total pussy. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree with that, man. Anybody go? I'm going to say this for at least people on our side of the argument and their side of the argument. I'm going to say that if you go into a hangout with the intent to snipe or porn bomb or anything else, all you do is okay. I'm going to say it like this: if I went into, let's say, Nathan's hangout and I sniped everybody out, ha ha ha. Okay, but the other side of it is basically what I'm doing is I'm delegitimizing my stance. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell all these flat earthers, thanks for supporting the globe, because when they come with bullshit, then that's all it is bullshit. You know, but if they come with something to discuss, then I'm more than happy to accommodate. But if we do it, or if anybody else does it, all they're doing is they're actually delegitimizing their side of it. And yeah, I know Nathan's going to turn around and say, ha ha, see, Sly told you guys, da da da. And go ahead, do that, because that is my position on that. Sniping hangouts that is a bitch move. Okay, it really is on either side. They're talking about you on Nathan's hangout. So Nathan is actually running a hangout right now. Oh God. Oh yeah.
My ISP's kicked me off for some reason. I've got a total network outage. So.
Oh, cool. Well, it's nice to see that you're back.
Well, I'm hoping that I can get back in proper because I'm on my phone and I've never really done it on a phone before, but we can but try.
Well, go ahead and restart your modem, man. I got time, man. You know,
I have restarted it, and it's just there's no internet at all at the minute. It appears that we have a network outage right at this moment. So
all you guys
I'm back in on my phone. I didn't want you thinking that I'd run because I know what you girls are like. You think that I run.
When did I say that you run?
No, but people in your chat would have been saying that I ran, right?
Well, I'm sure some did.
Yeah, they definitely will have done.
Just like you said that I ran away from your hangout. Remember?
Yeah, because you are a little girl though, so you do run.
Oh, I do, huh?
Right. The last thing I heard you say was, "What do you notice different about the reflection?" And I said that there's a difference in angle, therefore the reflection will be different, right?
Well, actually, you said you thought they were taken from different angles, and which
well,
is
I can see by the guy's feet the level with the bottom of the bottle on the left one, but by the guy's feet are below the level of the bottom. That indicates that the camera angle has been lifted up a bit.
Well, actually, I'm going to let you in on what I have here. Okay. Now, I was hoping that you were going to pick this out a lot easier, but without me having to tell you this. But basically, what you're seeing is this piece of plastic is a big, long piece of acrylic plastic. It's bluish purple. And what I have is on this one, he's standing on it and it's bent. Okay. The piece of plastic is actually curved. Okay. Whereas this one, it's flat. Now, I did have to raise the camera angle up a little bit and all this to see anything of that flat part there. Okay. Oh, now I got you on twice, man.
Yeah, my internet's back on, so I'm back on my computer now.
Okay. Did you miss anything that I just said to you?
No, you were saying that one of them's slightly curved, the other one's flat.
Yeah, this one on the left is bent, and this one on the right is actually laid flat.
Okay.
It's just a piece of plastic. Okay. Now, something else you could probably very simply notice. Okay. Now, I made a little cross section of each one of these, and you can see the difference, right? You can see the difference. On this one, it's laid flat, so it's even with everything. Okay. The reflection is. This is just that piece flipped over. Okay. Whereas this one, it's crunched in, right?
Okay.
Okay. This is the curved side. Okay. And you can also tell, you don't even need that to see. You can see also how scrunched down this is versus that, and what do you call it, and all the things that are distorted in the reflection, right?
Okay.
Okay, now you said that there is inferior mirage in the bottom of what do you call it? Of the Isle of Man photos, right?
Correct.
Okay, the as you like to call it, floaty land.
Yes.
Okay, now you and I had this discussion about this being crushed down, and that's why you see the reflection of what would appear to be sky color down at the bottom. That's makes people assume that it's floating land. Okay, it's just an optical illusion. We all know that, and I'm not here to say that you don't know that. Okay, and but so if you can get this reflection, that would be now a reflection simple would be. Hold on a second here. Let me go back up here. A flat reflection, you wouldn't get the sky in that, right?
Yeah, but if it were curved, you wouldn't get a reflection at all.
Incorrect.
Can you demonstrate curvature with a reflection that's not like that over 30 miles?
30 miles or 30 inches, it doesn't matter. If you curve it and it compresses, then it curves and it compresses, right?
No, but you can model this on your programming software, right?
That would take a little while to do, just for rendering times, because of the fact that I would have to use ray tracing, and that takes a minute.
Yeah, but you could do it, and that's what we've done, and that's how we know that the Earth cannot be a ball, because the reflection on a ball is not what you're showing with the curved perspex on the left.
Why is that not the reflection of a curved surface?
Because it's not 30 miles.
Why is that not reflection of a curved surface?
Because at 30 miles, that's not what you see.
Why is that not a reflection of a curved surface?
Scale, bro.
Is that so? If I put that 30 miles away, that would look different?
Yeah, model it.
If I put that 30 miles away, that would look different?
Yes, there would be no reflection underneath of your man.
There would be no. Well, hold on a second here. Now, I did something a little bit further in distance this afternoon. Now, mind you, it wasn't 30 miles. It was probably more like about 100 feet, 200 feet. And hold on. Okay, this is on the roof of my car. Same dude, compressed.
Okay.
The roof of my car is obviously curved.
Sure.
Okay. So what was it about distance makes a difference? It's the same thing.
If you model a lighthouse on your Geobra or whatever.
I don't care about a lighthouse. I'm not talking about lighthouses.
Well,
I don't have a lighthouse up on my screen, do I?
No, you don't. But you also don't have a representation of what we're talking about.
What representation? I am just representing what a reflection looks like on a curved surface.
You're doing it on a very short distance. Why don't you do what? Right, get the lighthouse, the Mackle lighthouse.
Are you avoiding the fact that I am saying that this is how a reflection looks on a curved surface?
No, I'm not avoiding it.
Yes,
what I'm saying is, if you do it to scale on your model, you do not get any reflection at all. Period.
So apparently, in the water between St. Bees and Isle of Man, there's no such thing as inferior mirage, then?
No, on a curved surface, you cannot recreate that which we see.
All right, but I just did right here.
Right. Go to your model.
Is this not a reflection on a curved surface? Answer me yes or no.
Right, but it's not a curved
Answer me yes or no. Is this not a reflection on a curved surface?
It's not relevant because you have the scale completely wrong.
Is this not a reflection on a curved surface?
It is, but it isn't.
It is. Relevant. Thank you. Okay, and you've noticed that because of the fact that this reflection here in its entirety is compressed, correct?
Kind of, but why is there a big scoop out of your bonnet? Why is there a big scoop out of your car there at the front?
What's that?
Why is there a scoop out of the roof of your car?
That's called the sunroof, because I was using that to stick my hand through to move it around.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Now, this
is how a reflection looks on a curved surface, correct?
Yeah.
It is compressed, correct?
Okay. Now,
would you admit that in this picture here, okay, just like the other one, in this picture here, now you see all this fence with these trees and stuff like that way off in the background?
Yes.
Would you admit that the background of the stormtrooper here is actually not those trees?
No, I would say that you can see the trees evidenced at the top of the picture, top of the roof.
Right. You can see it way up here, right?
No, what I'm saying is you can see the reflection of you can see them on the top part of the roof.
Right there at the very tippy top.
Correct.
Right, but not here.
Correct.
Okay, so here you see compressed image and sky.
Yes.
Okay, so going back. Compressed image and sky.
Yes.
Curved. Next
If
question.
you model this, like I've said before, if you model,
You just told me everything that is in this picture represents reflection off of a curved surface.
right, but in your
Just
picture,
that's all I need to know. Okay, next thing.
right, hang on, but you're missing the most important part.
What's
When
the
you
most important
actually
part?
model this reflection on your model, it does not give you a reflection.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted something at a little bit more of a distance? Okay. This is about 4 miles away. Okay. This is a boat going down the Rhine River. Okay. You see how it's compressed in the reflection versus the part above? You see that?
Not really. I would say that would be even.
You would say that would be even. Well,
Yeah.
it's a good thing that I was prepared for that. Well, okay, well, we'll get into that one in a second. So you would say that that is even.
Depends on where you put your division line.
It doesn't matter where you put the division line.
Of course.
No, not when you're doing it vertically.
Yeah,
Let's see. Now I'm flipping this vertically straight back up and down, right? Now, according to you, this is, let's see, where is it at now? There is the, oh, damn. Where did I lose my spot there? So it goes right to, that's where that is. So we'll go down. So you're saying that's perfectly even. The white stripe crunched together.
Why don't you do it the other way, horizontally, not vertically?
What do you mean? What horizontally? We're not reflecting horizontally.
Yeah, we are.
What?
So get rid of that box.
That made no sense. Okay. Where am I reflecting horizontally?
Right. So you tell me where the water surface of the water of the surface of the water is in relation to the boat. Put your horizontal in for the where the boat is.
No. Right there for the boat is right there.
Right. I wouldn't disagree with that. Now,
you're saying that this height is the same as this height.
Rather than take the bottom part of the boat, take the top part of the boat from that line.
That's what I just did. That's what I just did.
But you did it like down the vertical rather than across the horizontal.
What do you mean across the horizontal?
Right. So where that line is going across the picture.
Right.
Box in to take an image of the boat above it.
Okay. Control V. I think I know where you're going with this. Right there. Okay.
Now they're going a couple of pixels higher, but it doesn't matter. And then just.
Oh no! You're right. I am about 2, 3. I see it now. I didn't see it when it was. So right about there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then flip the image vertically. No, flip the image horizontally.
No, vertically.
So then it repeats itself upside down.
Yeah, vertically is what you meant to say. Okay.
And then overlay the two.
Okay.
And then move it out the way.
I'll even do one better. I will crop it out of the way. Oops. Wait a minute. Let's go for that high point right there in the middle. Okay. You're saying that those are the same?
I'm saying that it's exactly the same to the part of the top part, which then doesn't seem to be being reflected. But the bottom part of the boat's identical. Would you?
Was that?
The bottom part of the boat that's dark blue?
No, this is closer towards the top than this one. Than this is.
Sure. And then the top part, like basically the middle part of the boat, is in the picture.
You see this dark line here? You see this dark? Hey, you see this dark line here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's this stuff right here. It's closer to the boat. Means it's compressed.
No. The way I read that is that we're seeing the middle section, but then we're not seeing the top section at all.
No. It seems that please, by all means, I am not saying that the bridge is in there because the reflection, what do you call it? Hold on. I'm going to just to show what I'm saying here. I'm saying that mirage does end like there. Okay, I'm saying it ends. I'm not saying that's where the top of the reflection is. I'm saying that's where the reflection ends.
Sure,
okay? As in it does not. Was that?
wouldn't that therefore mean that this is inconclusive at best, not
No,
decisive either way?
no, of course not.
Well, look at the back of the boat.
What about the back of the boat? You
It's
mean the fact that I can't see the water churning up in the back of it?
No, look at the back part of the boat that's mirrored perfectly underneath.
You're saying that's perfectly, huh?
Do you not think that's perfect?
You're calling that perfectly?
No, you put it back to where you had it. Undo that last move. Right,
Okay.
that's a perfect mirror image underneath of the back of the boat above it.
That's a perfect mirror image to you.
Yeah.
So that lines up perfectly to you.
For the back of the boat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The white rim to the black.
There's three black parts that are proportionately in the same place. 3 black spikes, correct?
Horizontally, yeah. Nobody's talking about horizontally. We're talking about vertically, dude. We're talking about vertically, dude.
Yeah.
Not horizontally.
Right, but what I'm saying is there are 3 landmarks at the back of the boat that you can flip.
You about this, and this?
No, at the back of the boat.
I know, that's the back of the boat.
Is it? So, okay, then the front of the boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what about the front of the boat?
Those 3 black lines,
okay,
they are lined up perfectly underneath.
Well, of course, those are lined up perfectly because you're looking at the same image inverted, dude. Hold on.
That's the point. But you're saying
no. Hold on. No, you just missed what you just said. Hold on. There. That's the reflection. This was the inverted picture that we just did, man.
But the only problem you've got is
it's compressed.
There are waves and ripples that distort what we see.
Oh, jeez.
Is that compressed?
That's compressed,
Maybe.
dude.
Maybe.
That's compressed. Okay, and the reason why it's compressed is because of the fact that we are seeing an inferior mirage on the surface of the water, because if that was reflection on the water, then I would see it in this picture. Okay, we don't see any reflection on the water on this one because this was a much different weather day, and there was absolutely, well, basically all the way out to there was absolutely, I'm sorry, let me bring this in the front so you can see it. What do you call it? There was absolutely no inferior mirage when I made these shots. Okay, and this is actually video. I can show you the video.
Let me just go back to that other one that we were looking at.
Okay, but you were just talking about reflections in water, so let's drop that it's not reflections in water.
Just go back to the one that we were looking at a minute ago.
Correct?
Wait,
Am I correct?
No, I'm not answering that yet. Let me go back to the first one first.
Of course you're not answering it.
Are
This
you
right here.
That's a mirage, or are you saying that's a reflection?
This is inferior mirage.
And you can tell that because
comparative. There's none of it in this day on this day.
Right, but if it was a reflection, and the reason why you didn't get the reflections on the left-hand side was because there was more ripples and wind that day.
Actually, this day was actually much nicer. I know, would you like to see the video where you can see that this is actually kind of wavy and neato? Has to do with inferior mirage. Do you need to see the video?
No, what I'm asking you is it not the case? Is it not the case that the reason why both images are different is because of the apparent waves on the surface of the water?
The apparent waves?
Well, the one on the left looks like it's got more waves than the one on the right.
No, this is just in finer detail, actually. The oh, well, here's the second part to that then. Where's it at? Damn, I didn't have that one ready. Like that.
I'll be honest, I can't tell if that's a reflection or an inferior mirage.
Oh, I'm going to show you that it's an inferior mirage. Hold on a second here. Trusting water. I got the, where is it? No, that's not it. Those are the slides. See, because this right here was the low angle. I took two videos simultaneously, one from below and one from above. Actually, on this day, I think I actually did. It was actually two separate ones. But hold on a second here. Let me make sure of that.
I'm not seeing what you're showing. Whatever you're referring to.
No, you're not, because I'm over here surfing through my my folders here. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Now, where did that one stupid thing go? No, that's the original one. That's Trusting Water. No, I need Mirages. Where's that? No. Okay. Why can I not find this?
If I was to ask you a question now, would you be able to think about the answer while you're looking for your file?
Sure. I'm always good for questions.
If the one on the right-hand side was a reflection rather than a mirage, would you agree that that would support it being a flat plane? The standing water is not curving over a distance.
I would say no, because of the fact that the reflection is not identical to the ship above it. Let's see here. Now, where did I? Okay. Now that is, whoa, where'd my video go? Oh, that was a different day. Shit. I have so many of these. Hold on.
Okay.
Star.mod. No, that's not what I, there we go. Now we're starting to see them. All right, and then I believe this was the, yes, okay, so that's that one. Now I need to, where's that folder? God damn it. Geez, how many copies of it do I have? Open file location.
By the way, just for the record, you were late starting tonight, right?
Yes, I was.
By how long?
Probably about 4 minutes. Or no, actually about 7 minutes.
Okay. Because I sent you a message at about 7 minutes saying I'm here. Where the hell
Oh
are you?
no, I caught that in the text. And that was when I sent you the link.
Sure.
Let's see here. Okay, so there's those. And then yeah, so I was in the right folder. God damn it.
No rush, man. Take your time.
Yeah, that's but ultimately in the video that I made out of these, I had one camera down damn near at water level, and one I think I measured it out to be about 14 feet up.
What's the video going to prove? What point is it going to prove?
Well, your question was that being reflections on the water, and as you raise up, those reflections are no longer visible, which is inconsistent with that claim.
Okay, so then what would it prove?
Well, that just solidifies that is inferior mirage, which you do not seem to be 100% agreeing with.
Well, okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah, hold on a second. Figure out where this damn folder went. Oh, I just saw it. Where was it? L. There we go. So there's the lows right there. So open file location. There's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so now I'm not going to go to the exact timestamp. I'm sorry for that. Okay, but I will do my best to try and find it. This is the, I got to turn sound off. Okay, see all this nice wavy junk and stuff like that. Oh yeah, by the way, you said this is the same height. Let's see. Now,
was that a dig at me then? By the way, I said what?
No, I was just reiterating your claim that those they're mirror images of each other, as in exact same scale and dimensions. Okay, now let's see. Okay, well you'll excuse me if I'm not going to go through all these boats. Hold on. But what I will do. Okay, now let me get one good one at least. Okay, first of all, if you see that the closer ones do not have the inferior mirage as the distant ones do, it seems to start right about here.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, hold on.
Could I just ask, do you know what the distances involved in this video are?
Oh, I know all the distances. Which one do you want?
Second bridge?
To the second bridge? Here, I'll even show it to you.
A number's fine, I'll believe you. Just roughly?
Well, no. I believe in being thorough. Hold on. Let's see here. Now, where I was, obviously you haven't seen the video that I made out of this. Otherwise, we could have avoided this whole discussion. Okay, that low camera is right down here. See these steps that go down to the water?
I do.
Okay, there's light. It's kind of difficult to see, but there are steps here, and I have it on the bottom step.
Okay.
Now, and then I have another camera right up here on this kind of outcropping here, attached to the railing there, and that's about 14 feet between from the camera to this, not just the concrete, but from the camera to the other camera. And now let's see, first distance. This is all looking down. Oh, jeez, hold on a second. My measuring thing is in the other window. All right, so first bridge is 1.3 miles. Okay. The second and far more ornate bridge is 2.83 miles.
2.83. And what was the viewer height on that camera? The bottom one?
On the low one or the high one?
On the lowest one.
On the low one, I think on that day it was about, I want to say about half to 3/4 of a meter. I'm shooting from the cut from the hip there, but it was less than a meter, I'd say.
So how many feet would you say? What?
About 3.5 feet.
3.
And then the much more distant bridge that you can barely see in there is 4.2 miles. And then there's one way in the background called the Sudbrücke, and that one is 5.82 miles.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back to I was just seeing what curvature we should expect on your model, right?
Okay. Now you are taking into account the fact that, what do you call it? We are not at sea level here. We are above sea level.
Yeah, but the water relative to your position doesn't matter.
The
curve is negligible.
No. It does matter. Okay. I am 81 meters above sea level here. The water
the
here
water
is 81
level that
meters.
you're measuring is
The water level is 81 meters above sea level.
And your point is?
The point is that on at sea level, the horizon would be much closer. But as we are now above sea level by 81 meters, okay, the horizon stretches out a bit further because of the fact we're dealing with a larger circle.
Yeah, but it's relative to the water body that you're looking at, not the... Oh, I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? It's a bigger ball.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Okay. Just want to make sure that you knew that before we go into saying that this does not match what you see on videos about things at sea level, because I am not at sea level. I am 81 meters above sea level. But so you have agreed that a compressed reflection comes out of an inferior mirage. And let's see here. Hold on.
No, I haven't. No.
Yes,
I haven't agreed that
yes,
a compressed reflection comes out of an inferior mirage.
Yeah, you did.
No, I agreed with you that an obstruction is an inferior mirage.
No, I never said anything about an obstruction being an inferior mirage.
No, but when you did your Lego man, I agreed with you that the curve was very pronounced. Therefore, your example you gave was yes, but on that example, it's not comparable to real world because we do not see that amount of curvature.
Hold on. So which one is it? You do agree or you don't agree?
Well, I don't agree with the scale that you presented.
But you do agree that over a curved surface, the reflection compresses.
Yes, in essence, yes.
Not in essence, dude. Yes or no?
It's
Stick
negligible.
to something, Riley.
It's negligible, Sly. You wouldn't.
No, it's not negligible. You are saying that this reflection, the difference between this reflection and this reflection is negligible?
No, I'm saying the difference between the reflections on a real world model would be negligible. You would not be able to tell the difference.
That's not what I asked you, dude.
But that's the answer to your question. So whatever.
No, it's not the answer to my question because you don't know what my question is.
Right, you're about to do a demonstration based on this example, which is not to scale and it is not proportionate.
No, actually, the pronunciation of the reflection is actually far greater when we do it into scale. Want to see where you did it? You want to see where you did it?
No,
I'll show you where you did it. Here,
Yeah.
and here.
Right, but the
You see the
curvature.
reflection, which you have admitted is inferior mirage. You see a reflection of the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. If it were not over a curved surface, as we just discussed, okay, as we just discussed, if it were not over a curved surface, hold on, color, transparent color black, and then let me go back over here, boom, like that. If it were not over a curve, oh, damn, hold on, crop, jeez, that came out ugly. Okay. If we were not over a curved surface, as you just tried to push pretty hard to me, actually, then the reflection on the water would look like, well, sorry if I can't get it perfectly. Oh, wow, pretty damn close. Would look like that.
Go up a bit higher.
Well, I will, but unfortunately, the black that I did the cropping on, it's going to stay there, unfortunately.
Right. But is that not exactly what we're seeing when we're looking at that floaty land?
You're saying that is what you're seeing. You're saying that you're seeing this?
It's to a lesser degree. It's the bottom part of what you're showing, but that's what you're showing in essence is what we see.
No, to the lesser degree. To the lesser degree, what you are actually seeing is it quite wildly compressed, which is consistent with the reflection on a curved surface.
Slight. If you model this in your modeling software,
I'm doing it with your photograph.
I understand. Listen to what I'm saying.
So is your photograph not to scale?
Listen to what I say.
Is your photograph not to scale? Come on, man. Answer the questions, man. I don't want this to be a Nathan hangout. Is your these are your photos, dude?
Yeah, that's not the point.
It is the point. Because you're crying about scale now because you know that what I'm telling you is 100% fact. Okay,
you know that
what I'm telling you is. What's that?
Are you going to let me say this or not?
Go ahead, man.
We got Mackle Lighthouse modeled on a flat plane.
I don't care about whatever lighthouse.
And we made the scale, we made the curvature of the Earth a mirror to recreate the reflection and or inferior mirage.
Do you see me talking about this lighthouse?
And we did not get a match for it on a ball.
Did you see? Did you see me bring up a lighthouse?
I'm not.
I didn't bring up. Why are you bringing up lighthouses? I don't even know about this.
Tested what you're claiming now about the curve, the reflection on a curve. We've tested that specific point, and you cannot recreate the reflection on a curve.
You can't recreate a reflection on a curve?
Correct. In other words, your point about compression does not work.
I just showed you can have a reflection on a curve.
Right. But like I said to you, if you did it to scale and then tried to get the
Lego I just showed you to scale using your photograph.
No,
and it doesn't work.
That's not what I'm asking. If you get your Lego man, make him as big as a lighthouse, but then make the curvature on your model, make your curvature a mirror finish so it reflects, you get zero reflection because of the curve.
You would not get zero reflection. The only time you would get zero reflection is if it was beyond the curve.
You get no reflections. You get no light comes to your eye if it's curved. There is no reflection underneath.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah.
Well, gee, I wonder if I've ever seen that example about something being beyond the curve, not giving a reflection. Like here.
Something beyond the curve?
Meaning, you see the sun here?
I do.
I'm sorry. This was Jaren's video. You see the sun here, right? Now, this is the Canigou Mountain. Okay. Way over a big portion of the Mediterranean Sea. And what do you call it? And by the way, saying that it's an island is incorrect. This is actually Spain, the border of France and Spain. Now you see this part right here, the lit up part down here. Now, would you consider that some kind of a reflection, or would you consider that there's a mountain out there with a really, really, really big hole in the bottom of
With a really big what?
Hole in the bottom of it.
No, it would be. I would say that would be some kind of reflection of the sky, the sun above it.
Okay, so now sun above it. Now, would you say that in a sunset picture, I should have that very same reflection extending out to the observer, right?
Would I say in a sunset reflection? Well, why is there no reflection out to the observer?
That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know. I would have to see the bigger picture.
But you just said that we would need a reflection on it's a reflection on the water, right? If it's not a curved surface.
Yeah,
Right?
you don't get any reflection if it's a curved surface. That's right.
Okay. So why am I not getting any reflection here then?
I have no idea. Are you above the clouds? I don't know.
This is not above the clouds, dude. I'm showing you a picture of the horizon with a mountain and a
How do you know it's not above the clouds?
The observer?
What's the observer height here?
Is that important?
Well, yeah, because
aside from the fact that whoever took this picture is standing in the trees.
Reflected off, or is it land?
Excuse me?
Is there water between you and the sun, or is there land?
There is obviously land making a silhouette here.
But what's between the observer and the sun? There's
obviously a mountain here somewhere in the middle, right?
Right. What's in the foreground and the middle ground and the background?
This here's the Mediterranean Sea, and this is trees and vegetation on the hill the dude's standing on.
Can you show that this was taken over water?
You would want to. Do we really want to go down that road?
I want to know, would you expect a reflection if it was over land or not?
Well, you see, I personally, with the sun this low, I would not expect a reflection here because I know the Earth is round.
Right, but I would expect a reflection.
However, would expect a reflection along the water, right?
Right, but I want to see that it is water, firstly. That's the first thing.
It is the Mediterranean Sea, trust me.
No, okay. I don't trust you. I want to prove that. I want to validate the claim.
Oh, my God. Hold on. So, but would you say that while I'm searching for this, I want to hear your answer. If this is water, you would expect to see a trail of light coming all the way back to the observer. Yes? You've said that enough times, right?
Yes. I would generally expect to see that, yes.
So if this is water, you're expecting to see that trail of light?
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, it's a good thing I prepared for this one. Hold on. And that is Jaren's. Oh, man, I went out of the damn folder. Dumbass. And by the way, you can probably look over in the chat here. Everybody is telling you that that's the Mediterranean.
Well, that's what I want to check.
Okay. No. Verification, hey. Let's see. That was the Canagoo thing. And that is. I need to go over here. And then I need to go into more boats. And then Jaren's sunsets. There it is. Okay. Now, this was Jaren's video. This is where I got the capture from. Okay. This was Jaren's video about a Lost France, 160 miles debunks the globe. Canagoo Peak seen from a Lost France. Okay. Now, he quite clearly shows it here. Okay. This is the stretch of water that is between them. Okay. You seeing this?
No, I've not seen this. No. Okay, so I agree. I agree. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I agree. Okay. It's over water.
Okay, so it's over water. So you just said that you would expect to see the reflection trail of light coming back to the observer.
Yeah, and I also said that on a ball you don't get any reflection whatsoever.
Well, I know what you said, but we're talking about flat right now. Okay, the what do you call it? So you don't see that reflection that you said you would expect to see.
Correct.
Explain that then. Across a plane.
I agree. I have no explanation for that at this point. I will look into the claim and I will come back to you with an answer for why there is no reflection.
Okay, now I also understand that it would be rude of me to show that is a still image when I can actually show you this. Okay, the sun all the way up to here. Okay, you're getting a little reflection where the sun isn't even at. Okay, And it goes along like this. And it goes all the way down, okay? Here, you don't even get the water reflection here either. But we'll talk about this one. I just want to show this one. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is just like, where's that? The floaty land. Oops, I put that on top of there. The floaty land reflecting the sky because of inferior mirage, which only happens on a curved surface. Get the same thing here. Now, how can that happen in two different places?
An inferior mirage doesn't happen on a curved surface. That's the point.
Really?
Yeah. We've played around with CAD and we cannot recreate this on a curved surface, on a sphere.
You're not going to recreate it on a curved surface in CAD, dude. It's just not going to happen for you. And not because of the fact that it doesn't exist. CAD is not going to give you an inferior mirage.
No, but you can create.
Do you know the difference between an inferior mirage and a superior mirage?
Yeah, inferior is below, superior is above.
Okay, below or above what?
What we call the horizon.
What we call the horizon. So above or below the horizon, inferior being below and superior being above. Right.
Correct.
Okay. Now, how are you going to get that out of CAD, dude?
Because you can create a reflection and squash it the way you said.
Oh, I can create a reflection all day, and I just did that, and you denied it. You know, I mean, yeah. I did that here, not even in CAD. I did that here with a piece of plastic.
Yeah, but that's not the way to compare and contrast. You should do it on your model. That's the way to compare and contrast.
So showing a difference between a curved surface and a flat surface is not a comparison of living on a plane versus on a curved surface.
It's not to scale, though. That's the issue that I said from day one.
You and your dude, check it out, man. The end of that portion of the discussion is that a compressed reflection only happens across a curved surface, whereas a straight up one-for-one reflection happens on a flat surface. Okay. Inferior mirage, which follows the surface of the Earth, if it's showing compression, it's following a curved surface. So now that we got that done, let's move on to something else, because you want to say that I haven't shown you anything, and I just did. Okay. So world record photo.
No, it's not that I want to say that you've not shown me anything. What I'm saying is you're comparing apples for oranges.
No, it's not apples or oranges. So apples and oranges is curved versus flat.
You need to demonstrate that with a reflection on a ball of your size, because you can put a building in of significant
so you want me to go out and get a Earth-sized ball to show it to you?
You can put, right, as I said to you before, you can put it into CAD, you can put in a ball the size of the Earth, you can put in a big structure the other side, and then you can make the surface of the ball that you're putting in the CAD mirrored, so that it makes a mirror reflection.
Well, that's easy enough. That's easy enough.
Yeah. But when you do that, you do not get what you say you get.
What do you mean you don't get what you say what you get?
You get no reflection at all.
You get no reflection at all?
Correct.
None at all?
None.
Interesting. I'll have to model that out for you and show you you're wrong on that one. But
you might guess that's the challenge. On a ball,
now you're throwing challenges again.
You do not get a reflection the way
you're not good at challenges, dude. You need to accept that. Okay, so
what did you say I need to accept?
I said you're not good at challenges. You need to accept that. Perhaps you should research the stuff yourself before you make a challenge out. Okay?
I have done.
No, you haven't.
It doesn't work. That's why I'm asking you to do it the same.
Ah, Jesus.
I don't expect you to do it right this second.
Well, so moving on to the world record photo. Okay. Now, I'm not even going to talk to you about the mountains that are in the world record photo, because if it was a flat Earth, it wouldn't be a world record photo. It would be a daily occurrence. Okay. So, but you and I seem to have had a disagreement in the chat that, and also Arwin too. Arwin got it all wrong because he said that everything bends up because it bends down, and whatever the hell he was trying to say. Now I had asked you. Okay, like I said, we're not even going to talk about the mountains, okay, because you don't want to talk about refraction. The this horizon here, okay, above it is sky, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree? Okay, above it is sky, no land, sky.
Yeah, go on.
Below the world record mountains is land and water. Yes. Ironically enough, the same piece of water that we were just looking at from the other way.
And is he not above the clouds looking down on the clouds?
This is not clouds, dude.
Okay, it's water. Okay.
This is water. This is what do you call it? Seda and Agda. I don't know how to pronounce those names. But
Okay.
these are big harbor areas in that same exact alcove of the Mediterranean Sea. This is actually looking in the opposite direction, and which I thought was really kind of funny, but irrelevant to the discussion. Now, where the guy was when he was taking the picture was up here on this hill. Okay, this is the wide shot. Okay. Now, where the guy was, he was taking this picture. He was 2,810 meters in the air. Okay, up on the side of the hill. He was just a little bit down from the peak of the hill. I think they said because of the fact that they didn't want to get sunshine when the sun finally came up into the picture. And because the sun was going to be coming up, I don't remember exactly how he was saying it, but nevertheless, he's just down from the peak. Okay. Now these three mountains, you can map them out yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. These three mountain peaks right here are 2726, 2677, and 2624 meters respectively. Okay. They are lower than where he is standing, above sea level. And yes, the Mediterranean is actually sea level. Okay. Now, unlike the Rhine River of what we were showing before. Now, if I am, tell me something really quick, because you said you can't measure things without a theodolite. Is your partners?
I said what?
You said you wouldn't take any of this as information without a theodolite.
When did I?
In the chat in the side of that video, I don't want to go digging through it.
No, my general view on theodolites in the horizons is that they're not useful. So okay. I find it difficult to accept that. I said that.
Good. Then we can drop that recommendation from you. And what I will say here is
we can dismiss that it was ever a recommendation in the first case, which is what I would prefer. Thank you.
Well, okay, but you did say because there was no theodolite. But here's the thing. Now, if you have a partner, right, in your life, you know, a significant other, right?
Sure.
Is she taller or shorter or equal height to you?
About the same.
Oh, about the same? Okay. How do you measure that?
It's a perception based on my own height.
Okay, good. So if you were 2,810 meters, everything that was not 2,800 anything would be shorter than you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, so these three peaks are lower than where this gentleman was standing.
Okay.
Okay. The horizon right here is lower than those peaks.
Right.
Okay, so the horizon is below a gentleman's eye level, correct?
Okay.
I mean, is that a fair statement?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Depends on where the horizon actually is, but yes, go on.
You just told me where sky was versus not sky.
Sure.
Okay. So basically, he's looking down at the horizon here.
Yes.
Even if the horizon was all the way up here to the peaks, it would still be looking down, correct?
Yes, but where's level? Where's the horizon being leveled to, though?
Okay, well, the eye level would be 2,810 meters, which would be probably about here above this peak.
So you're going to deduce a horizon the way that Rompus did, right?
Excuse me?
You're going to deduce where you believe the horizon should be based on level.
Are you saying that the horizon is here?
I'm saying that you don't know what level is, so how can you deduce anything?
I gave you a practical example,
right?
And you agreed with it.
Right, but you understand that as things are closer to you, they become bigger.
Yeah, but they don't go above you. If you were standing here and your slightly shorter girlfriend walked up to you, would she ever be above your line of sight?
But right,
Would she ever be above your line of sight?
no, she wouldn't.
Okay, then we're in agreement here. That
Correct.
if I'm at 2,810 meters,
Yes.
and if you shoved all three of these mountaintops directly horizontally, as in
Yes.
across the surface, if you push these all my way, none of them would obstruct my view because they would be below me.
So
Correct?
therefore, the horizon isn't in the place that you think it is. Correct.
What? The
The
horizon's
horizon is
here, you
not
can
where you
see
think
it.
the horizon
The
is.
horizon is here, you can see it.
Well, that's the limitation of what you can see. Does that
So
make
you're
it the
saying that the
horizon?
horizon's up here then?
It could be. Well, what I'm saying is you can
Are
see
you saying
so
that the
far.
horizon is up here?
I'm saying you can see so far. Are you not seeing the limitation of what you can see and calling that the horizon because you cannot see any further than through the air?
Oh, you're one of those people who says that our eyes only see so far type thing?
Well, look at the evidence. We're seeing
What
to a
evidence?
point. Right. The first thing is you have no horizon level, right? You have no level points where it is level. So you're
What do
going
you
to
mean?
deduce a horizon.
Yeah, it's called. You didn't have a theodolite when you were telling me that you know that your girlfriend is lower than you, right?
Yeah. But you don't know what level is in this picture.
I know what level is in this picture because of the fact that these mountains are measured and tried and true. Even if you wanted to play a 30-meter jump or whatever, okay, he's
Okay.
at
So
2,810 meters. So all of these things are lower than him. Yes.
okay. So on the other
Is
picture
that
where
a
it's
yes?
zoomed in,
Is that a yes?
yeah, on the other
Okay.
picture where it's zoomed in, you know when you said you zoomed out,
Mm-hmm.
zoom back, go to the other picture where it's zoomed in. So you're
Right
looking
here.
through the
Yep.
mountains.
Yep.
You draw out where you think the horizon is, the horizon line.
Shit, I just asked you where it was, and you told me it's right
Well,
about here
okay.
with some mountain peaks above it. But generally here.
So what you're saying is that this is way too low because of perspective, right?
Why did I say perspective? When did I say perspective?
All right, let me rephrase my question then. Let me re-ask my question. You're saying that this horizon is too low.
I'm not saying it's too low. I'm saying it's too low to be eye level.
But how would you know though? You don't have the eye level denoted.
You just told me how.
No. I
Yes.
said that we don't have level to be able to ascertain whether it's
You
level
just
or
told
not.
me how to ascertain level.
No,
Now you're saying we don't
I
have level.
didn't say how to ascertain level. What I said was I agree with you that the mountains in the foreground appear to be lower than what the observer would be.
They are lower, not appear to be.
Yes.
They are lower.
Right, but with regards to the horizon, how can you deduce anything if you don't know level?
You just explained it.
But you're guessing it, right?
No, no guesses involved. Are you calling this photo a guess?
No, I'm calling your deduced horizon a guess.
No, you just told me that from standing right here, if these three peaks got pushed directly horizontally at you, none of them would block your vision because they're lower than you. That's deducing exactly what level is and what's not. Level is obviously above them.
So,
Do you agree with that?
yeah, in essence, I do. But
Okay, then what's the question?
I'm asking you, all right, so where did you get the value of 2810 for the observation point?
From the photographer himself on his website. And also from looking it up on the survey maps and on Google Earth.
Okay, so can you show me Google Earth that observation point's height?
Oh, God. Now you're saying that I don't have that height.
No, I just know from previous experience that the elevations on Google Earth may not be accurate.
And I even just told you that even if I gave you the 30-meter disparity, 30 meters down and this even 30 meters up, it still would not be higher.
Yeah, but
do you agree with that? So going into Google Earth would be a waste of time.
Scenario, right?
No. Going into Google Earth would be a waste of time, correct? Because even if I drop this at that 30-meter threshold down and this pushed up by 30-meter threshold up, we would still not meet eye to eye. And even if we did meet eye to eye, let's even push it further than that. Okay, what's the disparity here? About 70, about 80, 74? Okay.
It's kind of like a midge's dick difference, mate. It's not that much of a difference for you to make any solid conclusions because it's really close.
Riley, even if I push this thing up to 2,810 meters, the horizon's still here.
Yeah. But
Thank
that's why
you.
I asked you, how is
No, thank you.
Right?
Okay.
But what I'm asking is, what's the cause of the lack of horizon? Is it the curvature of the Earth, or is it because
Yes.
you can't see far enough?
Yes, it's the curvature of the Earth, dude.
Right. So how can that be proven then?
How can that be proven?
Yeah.
Because it's not representing what you would see on a plane.
But if you can't see far enough because of the opacity of the atmosphere.
Opacity, are you saying that all of a sudden the atmosphere or the land illuminates?
No, I'm saying that the moisture that's in the atmosphere, identified by the haze that appears to be just above the horizon, is evidence that we are seeing the limitations.
So you're
of what
saying that the horizon needs to be, the horizon's actually about here. That's what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know where the horizon's meant to be. There's no evidence.
Even though looking down in this gap, where's it at? Excuse me. Oh, damn. What did I do with it? Even though looking down in that gap, which is looking down, you see the horizon quite clearly. And you even agreed that this is the sky above it.
Sure. But what is level? That's the issue.
Level? Dude, how many times are you going to go in this circle, man?
Well, you're deducing what you've claimed to be level.
No, you deduced it already.
But yeah, but I don't know whether it's accurate, right, or wrong.
But your logic isn't right or wrong?
Logic is not evidence, no.
So basically, you're right because you don't know if you're right, so everything's wrong.
No, I'm saying that you're making a deduced horizon to deduce what you perceive to be level, therefore the dip.
Riley,
you don't
I just asked you, and I'm going to do it one last time, and then we're going to move on, okay? Because you've already confirmed to me what I need to know anyway. But
well, let's move on then.
Okay, so you're saying that if I took these three mountains horizontally, pushed them across a plane, given their height versus my height, or the height of the photographer in this case, they would not block my view. Therefore, level is higher than these peaks, correct?
You don't know what level is without
level is higher than these peaks, correct?
No, you don't know that.
You just told me it was. Do I?
What you see,
dude? Never mind. Okay, you already told me that you agree with what I just said to you, which makes all but perfect. It's perfect sense.
Without putting a level to the horizon and identifying what is level, you're pissing in the wind. You can claim.
And now, and a second ago, you said that you were not. You didn't make an argument about a theodolite, and now you're making all but using the words an argument about using a theodolite
to measure the dip.
See what I mean? See what I mean? No. Yeah, it's all right, man. Go back on your words. It's fine. All right. So next one.
Interesting how you twist what I said.
No, you said in the beginning of this discussion that you never said anything about needing to define level and have a theodolite and stuff like that. Now you're saying we can't define level. We need something to define level with, which in this case would be a theodolite.
Conflating two different terms. What I said was a theodolite does not measure the angle of the horizon well.
The way you want it.
Where the horizon is.
The way you want it to. Because you're talking about an invisible horizon, which you wouldn't be able to prove because you can't see it in the first place. Think about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Right, move on.
Okay, so I was going to do that little joke, but oh well. Okay, Blackpool. We're going to make this one short because it's about time for me to go to bed.
Me too.
Okay, now this is the reason why I didn't bring Ranty in, because Ranty couldn't decide between a crane, a TV tower, and a roller coaster. Okay, so we all remember that, and it even kind of threw me for a loop in the looking for it. That was kind of fun. Okay, would you agree this is Blackpool South Tier?
It's one of the piers. Whether it's south or not, I could just concede. Yeah, go on.
Okay. Well,
no, actually, no. That's the adrenaline blast, isn't it? Yes, that is the South Pier. Okay. Yes.
Cool. Got it. You would agree this is Central Pier, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, their North Pier is pretty boring, and there aren't a lot of photos of it, so I couldn't find a good one at night. but you agree that it's far less populated than these two, right?
Sure.
There's just like a big building out at the end, a whole bunch of lights going out to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Which is also supported by this aerial photograph, which you never wanted to show. Now,
Why did I never want to show it?
Oh, because I asked you about 25 times while you're talking about Blackpool in Nathan's Hangout, and you wouldn't do it.
Right. Did I get a chance to respond to it, or was I unable to get a word in?
You were writing me in the chat.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I had a chance to speak.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, you agree that those are the three piers, right?
Sure.
Bunch of lights out the north pier, bunch of lights and a Ferris wheel out the central pier, bunch of lights and that slingshot ride out on the south pier, right?
Yeah.
And a whole coastline of lights.
Yeah,
beautiful lights with a roller coaster and all kinds of entertainment along this strip.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, oh, there's another one. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. No, that's not. Okay, now, minorly discolored, because this was the image that I was using when we were discussing this about a year ago today, almost. Now, mind you, this is not the color of the photo that you produced. It was actually a darker blue. This was red and all this, but this is the photo that you used. Okay. Now, I have to say one thing. Okay, actually two things. First of all, a concession. And that concession is I had said to you where it was the Ferris wheel. Okay. I had said it to you a couple of times and you never answered me. Now, in this photo, this one right here, okay, I am willing to concede that the Ferris wheel was actually disassembled at the time that you took that this photograph was taken.
Correct.
Okay. Now, because I actually, when I went looking for the height of that Ferris wheel, I found out, and that was just this afternoon, that during that time, this was right around the April time frame last year, the Ferris wheel, it's called the Big Wheel, 32 or 33 meters high, was actually disassembled at the time of this photograph.
Correct.
Okay? Or roughly plus or minus a day or two. I'm not going to go into those details. I'm just willing to say that it wasn't there at the time.
Also, minus a day or two. It was out for 9 months while they put a retrofitted LED lights to it.
Cool. 100% cool with it. The point being that the Ferris wheel was not here at the time of this photograph.
Correct.
However, that does not excuse the fact that all the rest of Blackpool, bright on the beach Blackpool, is not in this photo.
Right. So can you tell me where the curvature of the Earth should be in the photo?
Excuse me?
Simple question. Do I need to repeat it?
Well,
tell me where the curvature of the Earth should be in the photo.
You mean where the horizon is?
No, where the curvature of the Earth, of the obscurity caused by the curvature, should be in that photo.
Kind of at a loss of exactly what you're trying to ask me to show you.
Okay, let me put it to you another way. Where is the curvature of the Earth in that picture? Where is the obstruction caused by the curvature of the Earth?
That would probably be all of this. Well, it's off by about 1/4 of a degree, but I think you get my point.
That's where the curvature of the Earth is meant to be.
I'm saying that that's obstructing your view of Blackpool.
Man, that's not what I asked. What I asked was, where is the curvature of the Earth meant to be on that picture?
I don't have that in front of me at the moment.
Well, that's a bit of a problem if you're going to criticize what I can see, because I'm asking you what can't you see.
Wait, so you're saying because I don't have a number in front of me, that's going to make Blackpool disappear?
You see your line that you just put in at the bottom there? Pull that up to the point where the curvature is meant to be on your model.
I don't have that in front of me.
Why not?
Not important to me.
Yeah, it's kind of important to me though, dude.
Oh, but missing all of the city of Blackpool isn't important to you?
No, not if the curvature of the Earth is meant to be obscuring a lot more than what we're supposed to be seeing.
But missing Blackpool is not important to you?
Not at all. The claim is that we live on a ball, and from 30 miles away, at an elevation of, 21, 26 feet, whatever it was, we should not be seeing as much.
Hoylake this time, right?
Right, pull your thing up, Sly, to the bottom of the ball part at the top.
It was right about there, yeah.
Pull it up.
What?
To the bottom of the ball part at the top of the tower.
This right here?
Yeah, drop there. That's what we should see on a ball.
Sweet. Cool.
Right, so now move it out.
So where's Blackpool?
Forget Blackpool. Why are we seeing?
No. This is my question, man. You're turning it into your question. Where's Blackpool?
Where's the curve?
Where is Blackpool?
Right. Do you understand that
Do you understand that Blackpool should be in this photograph? This is a flat Earth.
Right. First off, right. Do you understand?
Do you understand that this is where Blackpool should be?
No, not at all.
So Blackpool turned off their lights for you to make this photo?
No, you're not understanding your model, Sly. You missed it.
No. I understand my model just fine. Here's the thing. And on my model, I'm not going to see Blackpool from this distance.
And you're not going to see any of the roller coaster.
I'm not going to see Blackpool from this distance.
You're not going to see any of the roller coaster, Sly.
Really?
Yes, really. The roller coaster sits at 235 feet.
So across a flat plane, Blackpool just disappears then.
Who cares where Blackpool's gone if it's a flat plane?
That's funny. No. Where's Blackpool, man? You said that it was covered by piers, right? Didn't you say that?
Right, let's go through this.
I think you said that, right? You said it was obstructed by piers. You know, those dark, mysterious, probably can't see them in the dark piers, right? Remember that?
Could you present my screen, please?
Oh, am I going to be presenting your screen? All right, now let's see what we got here. So I guess it's not important for you to explain where Blackpool went.
I'm just about to show you the issue that you have with your model.
Oops, hold on a second. I think I did that wrong. Present to everyone. I think I am presenting you now.
I think so.
Does everybody see his screen? I don't know, I got a little bit punchy here.
That's okay.
Okay, cool.
So do you recognize this figure in the picture?
It's not purple.
No. Do you recognize this figure in the picture?
Not really.
It's Mick West himself.
Okay, cool. Good for
I
him.
spoke with him and I asked him, what is the prediction on the ball Earth model for what we're supposed to see from this distance? I showed him where I was. I showed him the GPS coordinates from the picture. I showed him the height of the water at the time, etc. And this is what he came back with. Now, this is a visual representation of the amount of obscurity caused by the curvature of the Earth. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, on a perfect sphere. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so unless we're on a, what do you mean on a perfect sphere?
Well, it's probably using, looks like he's probably using some kind of a CAD program, I'm assuming.
No, he's using Google Earth.
Oh, he's using Google Earth. Oh, by all means. Keep going.
So with regards to the amount that we should see based on the distance that I was at and the elevation that I was at, when we look at what I actually could see, which is...
Why are you showing the hangout?
Oh, shit. I forgot that I wasn't on Nathan's, to be honest.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Do we need to end this and start a new one?
Well, we'll see.
If anybody joins, just cut it off. Sorry, I forgot that I wasn't on Nathan's. Sorry, that was my bad. That's what I'm actually seeing, Sly.
Yeah, that's mine is just a discolored version of that.
So how is that consistent with the curvature of the Earth? Why are you asking for Blackpool? Because that's kind of like asking for the beach when we're not seeing the curvature that's supposed to be there.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't see Blackpool or the bottom of the big one.
So you're one of them guys that asks for the beach, but not realizing that that's what the curve is meant to be.
Hey, look, all I'm saying to you is I don't see Blackpool, and you won't answer that.
Given that I've just shared the link, Sly, and that you're asking for the beach but failing to identify where the curve's meant to be, I'd say we're pretty much done.
So you don't want to answer where Blackpool is?
I don't give a shit where Blackpool is. I'm asking you where the curve is before we get to the beach.
The curve, which goes all the way up to, oh shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me present me again. The curve, which goes up to, remember the whole discussion about this is the heart and this is the tips of that slingshot ride. Remember all that discussion?
Yeah.
You know, forgetting the fact that all of Blackpool isn't here. Yeah. This is how you cut off here.
And not addressing where the curve is meant to be.
Of course not. because you don't want to just address the fact that curvature of the Earth is the reason why Blackpool is not in this photo. And also, additionally, now we'll move on. We'll move on. I understand you don't want to talk about it.
Only see the top part of the tower.
I understand you don't want to talk about it. Now, this is another photo from Ranty. This is another photo from Ranty here. Now, he took this from the north. And funny enough, the closer Blackpool and whatever maybe town is north of it, I don't know all the geography of the names. But as it gets closer, look, Blackpool and the town, the coastline, stuff like that becomes clearer. But then just as it gets here, I guess they must have turned it off for Ranty again, right?
No.
Okay, and then do
you understand what you're looking at here?
What am I looking at?
You're looking at the obstruction caused by the piers themselves.
The piers.
Yeah.
This is all obstructed by piers.
Yeah, all of that there is being obstructed by the buildings on the front and the pier. The piers.
So it's all being obstructed by these extremely dark piers.
Sylvester, go back to that picture of Ranty's.
Yeah.
Put your mouse over.
Where do you see the Ferris wheel? Because, by the way, the Ferris wheel is up and running during this time.
Sly, just put your pointer over towards the roller coaster.
What about the roller coaster?
Can you see the lights that are immediately to the left of the roller coaster?
This little block.
They are the lights that are on the actual on the road. In other words, the illuminations that are about 20, maybe 18 feet off the floor. Now, if you do a bit of research,
off the road, you say like the coast road?
That's the road, yeah.
Well, interesting. Why is that not blocked by the piers that you're saying blocking everything else?
Because if you do some research and you will...
No. You just said if this is on the road, it's behind the piers. But you just said that all of Blackpool can't be seen because of the piers.
Right. If you look at the layout of the piers...
Did you not just say that?
If you look at the layout of the piers, you will notice that the north and the central piers are close together, but the south pier there's a gap between the two of them.
Sure.
Right. The gap that's between the two of them, you are looking in between the central pier and the south pier, and you are seeing a little portion of what is lit up on the road.
So, hold on. Let me see if I catch you right here. What you're saying is that there is an invisible pier here.
No.
And then you're saying that there is an invisible pier here.
No.
And it goes like way the hell out here. No. And in that gap to the last invisible pier, you could see some lights on the road.
No, you're misrepresenting what I said.
That's what you just said.
Toggle between the two pictures. That one that you've got, remove them lines.
Okay.
Now look at them that picture that you've got and compare the overlay with regards to the other picture that you had with the piers on it.
Maybe this one here.
Yeah. Can you see that the north and the central pier are closer to each other than the south and the central?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right. Now, from the angle that Ranty's observing, can you imagine that there would be an overlap between the first two piers blocking?
Sure, that's what I just showed.
Yeah, but you did it from the left-hand side of the tower, which doesn't exist in real world.
Go
back to the
hold on. When he's looking at this, he's looking at it from about this direction.
Correct. So there's only a little tiny
bit. There would be a little bit to the left of the tower, right?
Yeah, not
which is what I just showed.
Right, but it wasn't really. Right, so
wasn't really
picture.
Okay, let's go back to Randy's picture.
So you have a little bit to the left of the tower, but you also have all the lights for the illuminations go round the back of a hotel called the something hotel. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay, is this hotel on the pier or is this hotel on the on the shore?
It's on the shore.
Okay, well, but you said everything on the shore is blocked by the pier, so what are we worried about a hotel there for?
Because the lights go behind it, so you've got a bit of the north pier where it goes to the left hand side of the tower, and you can see where the lights start. But then you have the hotel complex, which if you go down on Google Earth, you'll see it. You'd have to get Google Earth and get that area, and you'll see what I'm referring to.
Okay, well,
forget that for the minute. Just imagine that there were two piers that were close to each other, and then the extremity,
which I actually drew, and you didn't like. I drew that already, and you didn't like it.
Yeah, it was the way you drew it, though. You drew it like the kind of.
I drew it factually. Yeah, I know that sucks, but
you didn't draw it.
Two of them that are kind of close together. One would start on the right side of the tower, and one would start on the right side or on the left side.
Can you put them on an angle so that it's like coming off the promenade, or just
an angle? How much of an angle are you looking for at this distance?
any angle you want, just pull them away. Don't put it horizontal because that's not representing what we see. They protrude off it on an angle, right?
Those aren't horizontal.
Yeah, can you see how they protrude off on an angle 90 degrees to the surface, to the road behind it?
Yeah, that's fine. That. But you do realize that we're looking at Ranty's photo is looking at Blackpool from an angle.
Yeah, but it's not where you've got it. The other end of your line there at the bottom end isn't where you've got it.
Look, I'm gonna give this to you straight here because your explanation is just really boring.
Yeah, because I can't put the lines on myself. You're doing it.
Well, hold on. Okay, now I am willing to say that off and on a little bit. Let me send this to.
You have to move that one over to the left slide. That's
hold on, dude. Can you not talk? Bring to the front. And let's see here. Bring to the front. Okay. So this right here would be North Pier. This right here, which starts just to the right of the tower, would be Central Pier. And this one, which is actually a good bit further down the beach, okay, would be South Pier. Okay. Now, obviously, I got them a little bit tall here, but we're just trying to make it so we can see it. Okay. Now, I want you to tell me, and I know you're not going to, but you know, I just have to know I asked. I want you to tell me on these three. Now I'm going to move them down, but I'm not going to move them down because I'm saying they're moving down. I'm moving them down so we can see the picture better. Okay. Where are all of those lights from those piers?
By the north and the Central Pier.
They're also illuminated.
Yeah, but
they are heavily illuminated.
Heavily? No, heavily. Not. Compared to the illuminations, they are not heavily illuminated.
This picture's fake then. This picture's fake.
No, that picture's not fake.
What? And this picture's fake.
The amount of lights on the promenade
compared this picture's to the fake.
On the pier, it's minuscule. They're not.
Is this picture fake? Look, you can even see all of them. They're illuminated.
Right.
And do you understand? Ranty's photo, when you're comparing pictures, there's no lights there. Why are there no lights here?
Because they're on the pier, and the pier lights aren't always on. The pier lights are on, but they're
so they shut them off for Ranty.
Pardon?
They shut them off for Ranty then?
Ranty did a video on this and he lost it. Ranty can explain to you.
Ranty didn't lose his video. That's where I got the picture from this afternoon.
The reason why you do not see the lights on the promenade from Blackpool Tower up to that point that I showed you is because of the first two piers, the North Pier and the Central Pier.
Which have lights on them, which you cannot see in this picture.
No.
There's a Ferris wheel.
The only way to deal with this is to get Ranty to explain it to you because
I'm asking you.
And I'm passing it to Ranty because it's his evidence and he's got all the answers to this.
So, of course, you're passing it to Ranty. Now, this was a photo that he had actually brought up in that same video that you said got taken down or it isn't there or whatever. Okay, this is a great shot and I actually tracked it back to Roa Island. Okay, which is a good little bit north. Okay, pretty cool. You know what I see in this picture, which also compares to Google Earth. Okay, is that Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
But and Ranty says he was in the same area, he says.
Yeah, but the Ferris wheel is in the other picture.
Where's the Ferris wheel in Randy's picture?
Right, you've got the line. Look it up.
Wait, where's that? Where's the Ferris wheel?
Zoom in.
I'm gonna go from left to right. I can't zoom in. The picture's not that high of quality. I will go from left to right. You tell me when to stop when you see a Ferris wheel.
I can't see it on there. It's too small for me to see.
You know the picture.
I do know the picture, but Ranty has the original. You can see the Ferris wheel in the picture.
I don't see a Ferris wheel here, man.
Right.
There's no Ferris wheel in this picture. And there's no lights from the towers. Hey, and then there's also no lights from the piers in this picture. There's also no lights from Blackpool in this picture.
Sly, what I'm going to do, bearing in mind that this isn't mine, and I'm going to pass the book to Ranty, I will get Ranty to address this in the next hangout, and I'll get him to go through why you do not see the street lights.
Okay, just like you had, let's see, the last 2 or 3 times that I've had you to bring things up in the Hangouts and you didn't do it. Why did you say that? Oh, I didn't have the time.
Why do you think I was texting you in the chat rather than ignoring you completely?
Because then you don't have to say anything out in the Hangout.
No, something was happening in the Hangout at the time, and I'm not going to derail it just to speak to you.
Actually, I was speaking subject. You guys moved on. Okay, so there's no answer from Riley about where Blackpool went.
No, there is an answer.
And there's no answer from Riley. There's no answer from Riley as to where Blackpool went here.
And then I'll tell you where Blackpool is.
Was that?
I said, you tell me why the curvature of the Earth is not where it should be, and then I'll tell you where Blackpool is.
No, I can come up with about 50 reasons why we can see this. But the thing is, you can't come up with one. You can't come up with one as to why Blackpool is gone.
But I'm not interested in where Blackpool Town is.
Hey, what is it? What is it?
Curvature is.
What is it? Where's Blackpool?
Where's the curve, Sly?
Where is Blackpool?
Where's the curve?
Okay, well, if you want to just play this childishly, fine. So ultimately, you have agreed that this is in inferior mirage, which is only possible on a curve. You just don't want to get that because of the reflections. I didn't do
I've
the
agreed
scale.
it's an inferior mirage, but it doesn't work.
This is the horizon, which is looking downwards from the person who was taking the photograph.
Which means nothing unless you know what is level.
Of course not. And then this obviously is not showing anything over the difference between a reflected curve, reflection on a curve, and a flat reflection, because it's not 30 miles away, and apparently it doesn't happen then.
Correct. So, and you can model that, Sly.
So ultimately, what you've basically told me is that I'm right.
No, not at all. Well, how did you deduce that I was right, that I've said that you were right from that?
Well, because you agreed that this and this are inferior mirages, therefore, and have a compressed reflection on them, which is only possible over a curve.
No,
then yes,
don't agree with you on that. Therefore, I'm not saying you're right.
But yeah, of course, because you're never going to show me that I'm wrong. And then what do you call it?
I can't.
Then you also said that
you were wrong, Sly. You wouldn't accept it. But what I can do is say,
no, you haven't said anything that I'm wrong. All you said is that I haven't done it out in 3D.
Do it on Blackpool Tower on your model, and then put a reflective surface in, and see what the results are.
Look. Check
Sly, I'm asking you to model it.
Are you telling me that that's going to bring Blackpool back?
No, I'm addressing the inferior mirage point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were talking about inferior mirages on Blackpool. Why'd you ask me about Blackpool?
Because we're not talking about Blackpool at this point. We're still on the inferior mirage point. You said that I agreed with you, and I said no, because the inferior mirage doesn't work on a ball.
Yes, so it does, because it doesn't work on a plane. You will never see an inferior mirage across a plane.
You will never see it on a ball either, Sly.
No, it's because of the curved surface.
Right, so prove that it's the curved surface that's making it. You can model this.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Hold on.
You can model it using that CAD software that you use.
No. Don't need to use CAD because FEs hate 3D anyway.
No, I'm challenging you to do it on CAD. Put in a ball the size of the Earth, put in Blackpool Tower on it, and then show me the reflection.
Why? So you can turn around and tell me, well, that's in 3D?
No, because then I can say, right, well, one of you's got it wrong, because we know what doesn't happen when we get it on a ball.
Okay, now
it doesn't reflect the way you say it does.
Okay, I'm going to give you one question. If I can prove to you with my own footage, now mind you, it is not 30 miles away. If I could prove to you that with my own footage that the only way that you see an inferior mirage is over a curved surface, what would you say to that?
Would you say? Are you asking me to change my view on the shape of the Earth if that one experiment that you produce?
It's not even an experiment, really. It's just
what I would say to that is, here's what the model says your model should do. Let's compare and contrast.
So basically, you'll fall back on the 8 inches per mile squared thing.
No, I would show you what your model does on CAD, and I would ask you to tell me why this is wrong.
I'm showing you reality. Forget CAD for a minute.
No. This is your model. Reality is the real world.
I don't care what you think about my model. You got my model all wrong anyway.
No, it's not that difficult to model this on CAD. You just put in a ball the size of the Earth, and then you put in Blackpool Tower, and then you see whether you can get a reflection or mirage. Okay, the answer is no, you can't.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Now, I'm going to show you something. Now, I've showed this to a couple of people before, and it was even part of another video that I did. Okay, now, this was just a clip that I was working on an area. Okay, now this is a path that goes up a hill, and it goes up a hill, down, and then back up again. Okay? In other words, it's not perfectly flat or level. What it is it's an uphill path with a dip in the middle of it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you real easily. Okay. Now, this is somebody who's just riding away on a bicycle. Now, you see a little bit here, but I'm just too close. See this right here? Okay, that what looks like a dark line, but is actually an inferior mirage. And you see this up at the top, another dark line that is actually an inferior mirage.
Okay.
You see those? Okay. Now, you show me, I'm showing you two inferior mirages along the same path. Oops, well, I guess that was the end of that clip. The along the same path, and where are they occurring? Where are they occurring? Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm just watching, waiting
Okay,
to say.
I'm sorry.
All right, there's one there now. Well, it looked like there was. Or it might have been shadow.
Yeah, it was probably shadow.
It's hard because you've got the camera jolting.
Yeah, I was holding it in my hand. This wasn't meant to be the end shot. But you see one up there. Oh, damn. I think I have a second one on this. Hold on. Let's see, this was another one here. But that was short. Let's see, how long was this one? This was another one, but I was trying to get it to work over a plane, but it wasn't working. Okay. Yeah, okay, no, this was me lifting it up, making them disappear. I thought I had a second one of that. Maybe this is it.
What is it you're asking me to do?
Okay, well, what I'm asking you, quite simply, I'll go back to this one. This seems to be the best one I have in front of me at the moment. Okay, where are the inferior mirages occurring? If I were to, damn, get out of the way, woman.
I'd say there's only one inferior mirage, and it's towards the top.
Well, there's one here, and there's one here. Okay, there's one here reflecting this tree down, and this is a very, very large tree. And then this one right here, also reflecting the sky and the very large tree.
See, okay. I agree with you on the lower one, but I'm not sure about the top one.
So you're saying that it happened here, but not there?
I'm saying that I'm not persuaded that there's two. It looks like there might only be the one.
Okay, well, I'll have to go back and film that. But you do agree that there's one here?
Yeah, there does appear to be the lower one. Yeah.
Okay. Now, and as you just said, that's happening at the top of that portion of the hill, right?
Seems to be.
Okay. So that's where. Now, do you see an inferior mirage here?
No.
Or here?
No.
Okay. You only see it here at the crest of the hill.
It looks that way.
Okay. That's where inferior mirages are visible. At the crest of a horizon of something going away from you.
But isn't that evidence that it's not?
How?
Because the first one, the lower one, which we both agree is there, is not at the crest of the hill.
This is there's two hills. It goes up, then it dips down, and then it goes back up again.
Play the tape. Let's see whether she does that.
Oh, jeez. You'll see her level out. It's not a very big difference, but it's enough. Okay. You see her kind of level downward. And then she goes on to the next piece. I guess, fuck. That's where that damn clip ends. I thought I had a longer one. But nevertheless, you saw her kind of hesitate at that spot, which is... Oh, no, yeah, okay. I know that. All right.
I'm just being honest, man.
Yeah, well, actually, you're not, but...
Well, I'm trying to see what you're asking me to see, and I'm not seeing it. That doesn't mean I'm going to be agreeing with you if I don't really agree with you. And it doesn't mean I'm being dishonest if I don't agree with you either.
Well, never mind. Let me go there.
Wise?
Because it's not a matter of wise, it's just pointless. I
agree.
Right here. Well, yeah. Right here, and right here. You can even see the terrain, how it goes down and then back up again.
Yeah,
You
but
can
it would
see
be
it.
explained by the lower mirage. I agree.
Right. So this mirage is happening at the top of this hill. And
Yeah,
then,
but I'm not.
even though you're not 100% certain of it, there's another one going on right here.
Yeah, but what
Okay.
I'm saying is the lower mirage, you say is a hill between the two. You say there's two hills there, but I'm thinking maybe there's not two hills there, and it's the effect of the
What do
mirage
you?
itself.
Okay, if I gave you this still photograph, what would you say? Is there a second? Is there a hill in the foreground there? And no, I'm not talking
I
about this
can't
one down
tell.
here.
I can't tell.
So you're not going to answer. Okay, cool.
No,
All right.
I have answered. I'm saying
No,
I can't tell based on that.
there's two hills, dude. Okay, there's two hills. I go this route every single day. Okay, as a matter of fact, I tried to go out there and film it again today, but it just wasn't warm enough. Okay, meaning that I didn't have enough of the asphalt warmed up.
If you were going to argue us to say that there were two hills there, you really should show two hills without the mirage, so that you could say that there was two hills there.
Oh, well, without the mirage, I could do that just fine because I did that this afternoon.
So why don't you show that? That would then show that there would be two hills there, right?
Oh, so a lack of mirages won't show you the hills, but with mirages doesn't show you the hills.
Well, you're saying that there's
that's what you just said. That's kind of funny, but
yeah, but what you're saying is you could tell by the edge that this is a dip, and I'm saying no, the edge can be explained by the
this was me actually trying to go out today, but it just wasn't enough sunlight to do it. Hold on a second here. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Oh yeah, no, the other times I didn't record. I just zoomed in on. But so what you're saying is that because you see the mirages, that's not hilltops. But if I showed you something that would look exactly the same without the mirages, that would mean hilltops. That's what you just said.
I would say that we can. What you've shown so far, you could deduce that it was like a dip, or you could say that was the effects of the mirage, and I wouldn't be able to tell either way.
The grass on the side was the effects of the mirage?
Yeah. So what I would say is go on a colder day, if that's what you think, and then get it without the mirage from the same position to show me that it is a dip, because I don't know what's causing the dip. Is it the dip itself, or is it the mirage?
So what's going to be when I show you that? Is it going to be the grass is growing too much on that side?
No, then I'll say, right, there's a dip there.
Okay, well, let's skip forward to the part that there is a dip there. Okay, because there is a dip there. Okay. And now you just saw two inferior mirages only existing in the crest of those 2 points. You just saw it.
So you say, okay, I'll agree for moving on. So go on.
Okay, so when we're looking at this, where's the inferior mirage happening? At the horizon, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with the hills, man. Same thing with the hills.
Right, but the problem with this, though, right, there's two problems with this. One is...
Geez. Go on.
I'm just wondering if it's actually worth it. Have you seen the video that I did against the rumpus with regards to the dog on the beach?
Nope. Don't care about a dog on the beach.
Yeah, it's relevant to the point.
It's relevant to inferior mirages?
Yeah.
Really?
Right, hang on, let me think. I'm just trying to remember where the picture is. Okay. I'll have to check Ranty's.
I agree, Sean.
You agree, Sean, what?
Sean wrote something in the chat. I'm staring at it while I'm waiting for you to make a point.
What was it that Sean wrote that you agree with?
Oh, it says there's a dip in your hangout, Sly, and it isn't the road.
Okay. Let me remember where this picture is. One sec.
Now, is it one that shows Blackpool? Because, you know, if you show me a picture that has Blackpool from Hoylake or from that other island and stuff like that, then we can compare those two, right?
Bear with me.
Because that's the logic you're going with here.
No, you don't understand my logic, so don't answer.
You haven't made any. You said it's hidden by piers that are illuminated, but you can't see them because...
Ranty can explain and demonstrate that far better than I can.
Ranty didn't explain anything, man. Ranty said the same thing you're saying.
Right, can you present my screen?
Sure. Oops. That's not presenting. That's looking at it. Present to everyone. There we go.
This is taken on the beach, out looking towards the sea, and the turbines in the background are on in the water some distance away from the edge. Okay, that much we can
I'm
agree.
going to take your word for it. I kind of can't see it very well. Okay. Now I'm looking.
That's as
Okay.
big as you get it.
Right.
So we're seeing the turbines, and we're seeing what looks like an element of reflection that seems to stop in the water. It seems to stop mid-picture.
Yeah, and it looks like compressed reflections of the blades of the turbines.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Okay, so inferior mirage. Keep going.
Okay. So my question is, oops.
And now you're agreeing with me. That's so funny. I hope everybody in the chat just caught that.
If I dropped the horizon line in there, would you?
Why would you do it there?
I'm asking, would you agree or disagree?
I disagree with that horizon line.
Would you say the horizon line is there?
Probably a touch higher.
Would you say the horizon line is there?
No, it's too high.
So it's somewhere between here and there.
Right about there.
Okay. Why would you not go with the horizon down here?
Down where?
There.
Because that's where the inferior mirage seems to be starting up.
Well, that would depend on where the actual horizon is, because it could be the real horizon there, and it's
it's comparing the reflections.
Yeah, I agree. But if depending on where the actual horizon is, governs the perception. If the horizon is where you said, then it would be an inferior mirage.
Right.
If the horizon is there, then it would be a superior mirage. Correct?
Not from that appearance, no.
If the horizon is there, that which is above it would not be a superior mirage.
It would be, but I'm saying is that having it be a superior mirage does not agree with the imagery, is what I'm saying.
Right. But my point is, if you're going to compare that picture that you just had on screen, which I need to get rid of now, the picture that you had on screen with the horizon, where with the floaty land, if you're going to say that the floaty land, the horizon is where it obviously appears to be, then on this picture, the horizon would be probably there.
What?
If you bring up this, right, I'll pass you back. If you could share your screen.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
With the floaty land, could you show me where you think the horizon is?
Where I think the horizon is.
Well,
that's an interesting one. Here, let's see here. Let me see. Give me a line here. I would put it probably about. Well, now mind you, you're these two are not very good together.
Excellent.
Right about there.
I'd agree with that. So on that logic, because I was expecting you to put it on the black line, the obvious black line where everybody would put it.
Why would I do that?
Because that's where most people would put the horizon, in my experience.
Okay.
But where you've put it, I agree with you.
Okay.
So what your position is that we are seeing a compression of the reflection, therefore it's a ball.
Yes.
Right. What if we're getting the obstruction on the horizon, which is what we've been talking about for a long time, which you guys basically blame on curvature or accept as curvature, and we say, well, we don't know what this is because there's no science for it, but it appears to be a reflection of that which is above it. Your position is that, yeah, it is a reflection of it, but it's compressed. What if we say we're only seeing the top part of it and it's not compressed?
What do you mean they only see the top? If it's compressed, why would you only be seeing the top part of it?
We're not saying it's compressed. We're saying that we're seeing where you've got the line for the horizon is where we think the horizon actually is.
No, I know where you're going with that. Yeah.
But if that is the case, we're seeing all of the horizon. We're seeing all of them cliffs.
No, you're not. Because number one, in this now this is a copy of the image that you gave me so many moons ago, and excuse me. The hold on a second. Day prop. Now I think there was even one part where you can actually see it. Oh shit. Okay, like that.
I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes, Sly, and then I'm off to bed.
All right. Let's see. And remember the not City of Bride, City of Bride. Now No, this isn't high enough. I don't have a high enough res of this, but I did see it in your hangout when you were showing the town of Bride. And now where the hold on. I had maybe I took a screen cap of that. No, or maybe I don't have a screen cap of it. Anyway, the on your version, do you have this available?
Yeah.
All right. Do me a favor, bring that up because yours is going to be a higher quality than mine. I know you gave me one, but whenever you put it over into PowerPoint, it seems to want to compress when you save, and it ends up like shit.
You see my screen?
Hold on a second here. Now you are presenting.
You want to do a snipping tool and take a oops?
Oh no. You can go ahead and just put it up. There's also some lighthouse you had floating in the air too, but we won't go into that.
What are you talking about?
Now keep going to the right, to the town of Bride, right there.
Well, Bride's here.
No, Bride's not there. Go to the right. We're already past the Scotland joke, dude. All right, now zoom in right there where you said the ship was. Remember when you were calling that a boat? That was
as far as I can go.
Okay, hold on a second here. Print screen. Thank you. All right. Oops. Go ahead and now I'm going to go back to me. Okay. Crop. So, give it to me. Ah, damn. Maybe it's even the hangout. Well, nevertheless, you got an object here. Obviously, it's not a circle. I'm just using circles to mark them. An object here.
It's like I've lost my hangout screen. There it is. Yeah, go on.
You good? Okay. Now I'm using circles. They're obviously not circles, but I'm just using circles. And then there's this oddly shaped blob here. I know you guys love blobs. Okay, there's some kind of oddly shaped building right here, right? Now, oh no, now I know why I'm not seeing it, because this was on a later, much deeper colored version. But nevertheless, these objects here in that other version, I'm sorry, it just now dawned on me that this was on that. I was surfing through the Hangouts today trying to figure out where these things were. Now, it's actually, oops. This is actually compressed down like that. This is actually compressed down way down here, like at the top, or well, at the bottom, excuse me, is probably a better way to say that in this case. And like that, it looks like that. There are better images of this. I saw them today. And if this is going to be a point of contention, I'll actually find them and I'll actually produce that. But the what do you call it? The reflection is compressed, dude.
Can you move the three things out of the way at the bottom?
Yeah. Okay. What?
Well,
now I know you're about to say you don't see them, and I'm just making a representation of what I saw in another Hangout today. So don't say you don't see them. Please don't say that, because that will make you look foolish.
I don't see them, Sly.
No. I mean, I accept that in this particular image, they're not there. Okay, right. Or excuse me, there's a little bit of a blur right here that you might be able to see, and here gets highlighted.
Got loads of arguments about blurred pixels.
Yeah, well, you guys are the ones who think they mean something. The what do you call it? But to say that they're not there in this, like I said, I did not make a capture of that this afternoon. Sorry, I was in a little bit of a rush. And what do you call it? But I would reserve, if I were you, I'd reserve comment on saying that that the inferior mirage is not compressing the image there. If I were you, I would reserve comment on that. because you have footage, and I saw it today, that shows this actually quite clearly, that this is compressed like this at the town of Bride. Okay. Well, no, I will. But like I said, it would not behoove you to say that doesn't exist.
To say what doesn't exist?
No, because your giggle there said was on the way to saying that that I was wrong. And
no, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I couldn't see what you're asking me to look for.
Okay. Well, nevertheless,
that doesn't mean that you're wrong.
Nevertheless, there is compression below this line, which is also why you see the sky. Okay, which is also why let me take this damn line out of the way. Which is why over here you see the sky in that same reflection.
Right. Okay. So if what you're saying is true, you could demonstrate it with the nose cone bit to the left.
That one actually goes a lot higher. So unfortunately, all you see is
got a better shape to it that we might be able to.
No, that actually it doesn't, because of the fact that it goes higher. Then it goes straight. The compression does not. Even the compression doesn't account for it.
All right. Here's the thing: if you think that the compression of the inversion is caused by the curvature of the Earth, and can model it using your software, what do you use? Blender or similar?
I use 3ds Max, and I also use Lego Men with plastic pieces of plastic.
All right. Forget Lego Men with pieces of plastic. I'm not accepting that as comparable.
You don't accept
you can
that.
recreate
curved surface reflection.
If you can recreate a curved surface reflection to scale using 3D Max, I'll accept it.
Oh, you would accept it?
Yeah.
As what?
As a credible explanation for a compressed reflection on a curved surface. It'll take you 10 minutes to construct the Earth.
So the photograph is not?
No. I want to see a compressed reflection on a scale model using a reflected surface.
Riley, you're going to go down as the first FE in history that says that you would accept CGI over photographs.
Okay, so here's the position. If you can recreate it on 3ds Max, a reflected surface, make the ball, make it reflective, put a structure at the other end of it, 500 feet
I won't do a ball. I'll actually do a bent plane, because if I had to do a ball at that resolution, oh my God, that would suck.
Well, we've done it. Why couldn't we do it?
No, you haven't actually. I saw all your little blender things. That wasn't a whole ball, and it was not at the face count that it needed to be.
No, Sly, we've done it, and we do not get any reflection, let alone a compressed one.
It was not a ball, dude. Oh.
Dude. I'll say it to you simple. We put a scale model of a building, and we just made basically just put a rectangle at 500 feet tall at the other end of 30 miles. On a ball, we made the ball so it was a mirror, so it was a reflection surface. We got no reflection whatsoever. Not a compressed reflection like you're saying. We got no reflection whatsoever. If you can show on 3ds Max that there is any reflection on a curved surface, then there is an issue with the modeling skills. But I'll be able to. What I'll do is I'll invite you to a hangout with me, you, and Chris Monk. You show what you've modeled. Chris can show what he modeled.
Well,
between the two of you, you can have a model off and work out who's got it wrong.
Why? So you could say whose CGI is better than whose CGI? That doesn't sound
because
very
you don't get any reflection on a curved surface.
Yes, you do.
Not.
Why wouldn't you get reflection on a curved surface?
Because it's an exponential curve at the end of 30 miles.
It's a continuous curve, is what it is.
It's exponential as well. So by the time you've got to 30 miles, Sly, there is no reflection, because the reflection doesn't get back to your eye.
Right, but you'll be reflecting the shit above the horizon.
Yeah, but there should be a reflection.
What are you trying to say?
Well, can you see where you've got your cursor now? You've got a reflection of the man because of the curved surface.
Yeah.
Well, at 30 miles, the exponential curve means that there is zero reflection coming back to you.
Wrong.
Well, prove it, model it, and show it, and let's then have the.
And what's funny is you've even backed it up over a curved surface with the sun.
Right, I don't know what's going on there. That's something that I don't mind looking into, because I do wonder why there's not a reflection that's coming to the observer's eye.
this kind of stuff is what we throw those little shots in the chat on Nathan's things because Nathan very stupidly shows sunsets in his the pastimes of his hangouts, and half of them don't have the needed over a plane reflections coming across the water.
Right, and that point over the water is what I'm prepared to go and look at and work out what's going on because I've not seen that before. So Canagoo Peak seen from Alawach. Right, okay. Right.
And
in return, I want you to model a 500-foot tall structure at the end of 30 miles on your model on a reflective curve, and then show what reflection is seen from the observer's point of view. You can zoom in.
That's easy enough, man.
Yeah. And let's see what reflection you get and see if you get a.
And remember you said it won't reflect anything.
Correct.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get no reflection of the tower that you put in.
Of the tower? Oh, now I'm making a tower.
Block. You know, like a block, a curve.
Sure.
Sorry, just put a rectangle in 500 feet tall.
Sure.
And let's see what you get for a reflection.
Now, mind you, you didn't exactly produce your analysis of the stuff that was supposed to be seen in your Isle of Man footage last time I did 3D as well. Remember when you were going to analyze that?
No, remind me.
Oh, you don't remember that? Remember when I showed you what the smokestacks at, what was it called, Poolbeg in Dublin?
Yeah.
Were supposed to be way off here, way off to the where was it? Way off to the left of the Isle of Man. And I gave you that nice 3D representation, even made a screen cap and gave it to you. Remember that? And you said, we're going to go have to have this looked at, and you never did, because it was right and you were wrong.
I vaguely remember, but I don't remember ever going back to it.
I know you vaguely remember. I don't have many hangouts with you, man. And it'll be easier for you to look up. All right. So basically, you lost Blackpool twice.
No,
curvature is only curvature when it's at 30 miles.
No.
Looking,
this is where all the misrepresentations start.
No, these are your responses, man.
No, these are not my responses at all.
I
did not say what's level here. Blackpool. What I said was we have not seen the curve that we're meant to see.
So you are admitting that you lost the city of Blackpool? No,
I am saying the curve comes before the city of Blackpool.
Where is the city of Blackpool?
Off to the right of the picture, for starters.
Where?
Do you understand the observation point?
Whoa! Now you're coming up with something new. Where?
Right, pull up Google Earth.
No, where?
Pull up Google Earth.
Dude, your photo. Where? You want me to get out a globe model?
Right, this is looking from the north, looking south. Okay?
This is the north looking to the south, yes. Where's Blackpool?
So go to the other picture that you're questioning where Blackpool is, because you can see Blackpool to the left.
I'm questioning where Blackpool is in this picture, too.
It's everything to the left. There's Blackpool to the left.
Kind of sits out here all by itself?
It's on the coast, dude.
So there's nothing around that tower?
There's nothing else
nothing around that tower. Oh my God. There's nothing around that tower.
No, there's nothing to the right of the tower. Go back
there's nothing to the right of the tower.
Yeah, but where you've got
there's nothing to the right of the tower.
Angle, is it? Look at the angle there.
Look, there's nothing to the right of the tower?
Sure. So go back to the picture.
Then why did you just say there's nothing to the right of the tower?
Go back to the picture.
Why did you say there's nothing to the right of the tower?
Go back to the picture.
Yeah, I know there's nothing here. But there should be, shouldn't there?
No.
All of this.
Because it's obscured by the piers.
By the highly illuminated piers that you don't see here.
Right.
And the Ferris wheel.
This picture,
the Ferris wheel you don't see here. What?
With regards to this picture, you address this with Ranty. With regards to my picture, let me tell you where the Blackpool is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here. Where's Blackpool?
Right. Pull up Google Earth,
right? This is yours, right?
Yeah.
Where's Blackpool?
You can see the light pollution coming off it. Agreed?
But you might be able to discern that. I would agree with that.
Hang on. So the issue with regards to this picture is that we're not seeing the town in the background.
Okay, let me give you.
Where do you think the town should be on this picture?
Let me give you the easy part here. Okay. Now this is going to be a little obscure here, but I'm pretty sure you'll get the point here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Put that horizontally.
Yeah, look at this. Watch. Now, what I should be seeing, obviously not in this order, This is just a crop of another photograph. I should be seeing Blackpool.
No, but do you realize that this is being viewed from the south and we're
Do
looking
you
north?
realize that across a flat plane, there should be nothing between the photographer and Blackpool?
No, you've got it the wrong way round. Do you
There
understand?
should be something
From
between
the
you and
south to the
Blackpool?
north.
There should be something between you and Blackpool?
Right.
What's
Move
between
that
you and Blackpool?
I just go back one step to where you had the picture. You know the picture that was well lit.
This one. Is this the one
Can
you're
you
talking
flip
about?
that horizontally?
Excuse me?
Can you flip that picture horizontally?
Of course. I don't know what good that's going to do, but I know you're saying that the photograph is being taken from down south. I get that. Okay.
Flip it. Yeah, like that. That's more the kind of angle that we're looking at.
Actually, it's not, but sort of. I get where you're going with that.
Right.
Because actually, your photo, that other photograph is actually being taken. Okay, now this is all whacked out here, but it's actually being taken from this direction.
My picture.
Yeah.
Oh, so in that case, flip it back again. So this is taken.
Yeah, that's why I said it was pointless to flip this. Okay, now I got to move the damn arrow again.
Hang on.
Okay.
No, this is taken from the north looking south, is it not?
No, that was Ranty's picture. This is the direction coming in like this, shape outline, weight, big and heavy, just so it's more visible.
Yeah, that's the line of sight. I agree.
That's the line of sight from
Hoylake.
this picture. Okay, yeah.
So, okay, I get that. So,
okay, and I can actually identify on this right here. There's that slingshot ride.
Yeah.
Right. Now we actually identified down to the tiniest bits of angles that these two dots are the tops of that.
Agreed.
So where's Blackpool? Was that?
Do you know what height the top of the adrenaline rush is?
I have no clue.
105 feet.
Cool. So why am I seeing 105 feet at the horizon?
Right. So we're missing. So do you agree then that if you agree that that's the top of the adrenaline rush?
Stop turning it into a question in my direction. Where is Blackpool? You just said it's 105 feet up in the air. Why is it at the horizon?
Because there is an element of obstruction at the horizon. I agree.
What is that element of obstruction?
Well, we know it's not curvature because it's in the wrong place.
If you don't know what it is, then how can you know it's not curvature?
Because it's in the wrong place.
Just because it's not here, it's here, does not make it in the wrong place.
Just because it's not where slide, do that again.
You said here, right?
No, that's not. A bit more.
How much more should it be?
A bit more.
Okay, the point is, you would still see the peak, right?
Yeah.
So we're only talking about maybe about a quarter of a degree.
We're seeing down to 100 feet and less above the surface of the water that's out of the water. The pier is deeply off the land, right?
Right.
So if we're seeing down to 100 feet above water level, there ain't no curve there, Sly.
You're not seeing down to 100 feet above water level.
Correct.
Or you're not seeing the pier.
We are seeing the pier. We're seeing the.
Where's the pier?
Yeah, but Sly, we're meant to not see the bottom part of the tower at all.
Riley, where is the pier?
Forget the pier. Where's the curve?
Where is Blackpool?
Where's the curve?
Obstructing the pier and Blackpool.
Okay, so we live on something the size of Jupiter.
Why would it be the size of Jupiter?
Because it's in the wrong place if it's the size of Earth.
Okay, so round, just the wrong size. Thank you. Anyway,
no, I'm saying that there's something else causing the obstruction.
No, because yeah, but it's something you will not answer. So
no, something that I will answer. But I want you to address why the curve is not in the right place.
Because the Earth is not a perfect circle. Anyway,
so we've got like a flat spot.
Was that?
We've got like a flat spot, or a.
Actually, while you're speaking of that, let me show you something that I was looking at today, and I thought it was really kind of cool. MATLAB, Earth topography, PRAPHY. I had something yesterday, and I thought it was really cool. Now, You've heard me say 1,000 times that the Earth's not a perfect sphere. You've heard scientists
To
say
be
a
honest,
thousand
I've never
times.
heard you say that, but I've heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say that.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I know how much value you put in that. Anyway, the now there is there's a couple of really good surveys out, and it was actually about the time when Tyson said that the Earth was pear-shaped. Hold on a second here. Some very, very hypersensitive topologies were done of the Earth, and then exaggerated 1,000 times. Mind you, I want to say that before I show this. Exaggerated 1,000 times means that a photo of the Earth, you wouldn't even notice this shit. Okay, as in a photo of the full frame of the Earth. Okay. Photo. Yeah. Okay, so hold on a second here. Now, if I can get this whole image. Now, unfortunately, I didn't want to pay the money for the what do you call it? For the actual software that does this, so I'm kind of all right. Ready? This is magnified over 1,000 times.
Hey, right. So you're going to tell me that this is the rock that we live on without the oceans?
Oceans aren't on the picture, dude.
I know. That's why I'm asking you, is this the rock that we live on without the oceans?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
What?
Right. Do you understand what hyperbole is?
What's that?
Conjecture? Guess?
How about English, dude?
Hyperbole. Hyperbole is English.
Okay, well, I don't know the word.
Conjecture?
As in you have something to say against it.
Made up.
Bullshit. Oh, that's made up.
Yeah.
Just like your tsunami between Hoylake and Blackpool that's hiding it?
No. I'm happy to accept that there is a little bit of obstruction blocking out the last 100 feet, which is also consistent with the Isle of Man footage that blocks out the town of Ramsey, which also is below the last 100 feet. However, that obstruction is not curvature. If it was, it would be in a significantly different place.
Then what is it?
It's some element of element of optical or visual, like mirage or similar.
So you are conjecting your conjecture?
It doesn't matter what my conjecture is if it's not the Bohr model.
Oh, okay. So if it's not 100% consistent with the 8 inches per mile squared, then it's not a ball. If you can't give an answer to it, then it's also not a ball, right?
So your position is we live on a testicle that's covered with water to make it appear to be pretty much round. Really?
What do you mean? What? Where'd you get that from?
I'm looking at what you're showing at the screen. It looks like a testicle.
Okay. I would like to think mine look a lot nicer than that, but anyway. I get it. I get what you're saying. These dips and stuff like that are supposed to be the depths of the ocean. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm just wondering why you think that this is a credible explanation of the rock that we're supposed to live on.
Because I have no reason to doubt the amount of work that went into getting this information.
Why would doubting the information? Right. Okay. So here's the thing.
Well, because where you're about to go with this, or where other flat earthers would go with this, is because I did not perform the actual activity of generating.
No, that's not where I'm going.
This, then actually, I'm actually trusting somebody else.
No, that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going with this slide is, if this is supposed to be the shape of the Earth without the water on it, then how? Even if you did put the water,
are you saying if we added water here, it would be spherical? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking. You said that it was exaggerated, the claim of the oblateness, right?
Well, this is an outward exaggeration from the center, exaggerated over I think it says at or over 1,000 times. It's from MATLAB, or you can open it in MATLAB. Oh, that's Mars. Where'd it go? Okay.
So
either way.
So correct me where I'm wrong here.
What's that?
Based on empirical data
Here we go.
Yeah.
What's that?
Correct me where I go wrong here. This is based on empirical data where somebody's collected and measured stuff, right?
No, this is from satellite data, actually.
Okay, but it's going to be based on empirical data, right? Research, like
from satellite data.
Yeah.
From satellite data.
Okay. So if they are able to create this CGI testicle, then
why call it a CGI testicle?
Well, what would you want to call it?
I call this an exaggerated topography of the Earth.
I'm going to
do you understand what it? Do you understand what it? What you're doing is you're making fun of the shape of it. I get that. Okay.
Well, I'm just wondering why the level of detail, the level of evidence that's been collected and the data that's been collected, that's been put into the computer to make this, would be vast, would it not?
The amount of data, yeah, pretty high.
Yet they still can't prove credible evidence of the curve of the Earth anyway.
Dude, you proved it with your own photographs, man. You guys ain't satisfied with nothing. Really? What is credible evidence to you?
Credible evidence is
you, Mr. Anthony Riley. What is credible evidence? Excuse me?
Credible evidence is something that gives you the immediate impression that you are persuaded by its.
Hey, Riley, I'm not asking for the definition of what credible evidence is.
I'm not giving you that. I'm giving you my version or my understanding of credible evidence.
Okay, what would be credible evidence to you?
Well, something that when you look at it initially, you don't get the immediate impression that somehow there's something wrong.
Okay, well, what would be credible evidence of the globe to you? Give me an example.
Something that shows the curvature of the Earth, you mean?
You did that in your own photos. Obviously, it wasn't enough. What would show you a globe?
I didn't show you any curvature in the Blackpool pictures.
No,
what I showed you was where there was no curvature where it should have been.
Yeah, so you're going back to because it doesn't match the 8 inches per mile squared, then it means that the Earth is not a globe at all.
So what you're actually doing is manipulating the shape of the Earth to compensate for the lack of where the curvature is, and this is how you're doing it with a testicle.
Actually, I didn't do this at all. I found it online. What would be to one Anthony Riley proof that the Earth is a globe?
Well, by definition, globe is spherical in nature, right?
Right.
It's a football.
What's
pictures
that?
From space.
We got pictures from space. You don't like them?
No, we got CGI composites from space.
Really? Did you analyze them?
Yeah. They're all bullshit. You can tell by looking at them. A 5-year-old can tell you that they're not real photographs.
Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is just because of your assumption that they're fake, they're fake.
No, because they don't look like photographs from space. They look
what
like
does a photograph from space
that have been made in a lab.
What does a photograph from space look like?
Well, you could do it by sticking a camera on a rocket, leaving it on the rocket, showing it backwards, like the 73-mile rocket did, and that ran out of juice at some point, and then the anti-spin thing kicked off. But if you could gain the altitude that NASA did.
Oh, you're talking about the Go Fast rocket that I also showed curvature on. Anyway, the
GoPro though, yo.
Now it's GoPro.
We know it was GoPro.
Oh, Jesus Christ! See, you got an excuse for everything, dude.
Well, you're the guys that can put a rocket in space, but don't ever show any pictures from space of Earth. You show CGI pictures.
Why are they okay? Show me one photo that. Okay, I'm going to present you. Show me one photo that is claimed as a real photo from NASA or from SpaceX or the ESA with your analysis to show that it is fake. Go for it. You're on.
That's my point. There are none. They're all composite CGI. They admit.
No. Come on. Show me one.
There isn't any.
No. Obviously, but that's what you're saying. So show me a photo, and that has been claimed as an actual photograph of the Earth by NASA, and I want to see how you show me that it's fake.
There are no pictures from NASA that are unedited. Not one. All of them. They all claim that all of them have been touched up.
Okay, show me that, please.
Show me a picture from NASA or go with any of the Himawaris.
That's not from NASA. That's from JAXA, dumbass.
Well, So you want a picture from NASA of the picture? What is it you want? Is it a picture of the Earth that you want, or is it a NASA?
I want you to show me a photograph where NASA claims it to be a photograph of the Earth.
There are none. That's my point.
NASA has never claimed that they photographed the Earth?
NASA claims that all the pictures that you see from NASA these days are all got the disclaimer on it saying something along the lines of this has been touched up for artistic.
Oh, show me that. Show me that. Show me that.
Never go to NASA web pages, dude.
Then how can you know what's on the NASA web pages, dude?
Because none of them are claimed to be real.
You just admitted that you don't go to NASA web pages, but you know what's written on them.
Right.
Wow, so that's some deep research, dude.
I do not look at anything to do with NASA.
Well, then how can you know what's on their web pages?
Look, okay. So I might
use hear it on the now. Did you hear it on the YouTube?
Are you seeing my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so NASA's pictures.
Thanks for showing the hangout again.
Pictures of Earth from space. So of Earth from space.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it you're asking me to do? Show any picture that NASA claimed to be real.
Well, first of all, you've made two claims now. One, you said that every photo from NASA has some kind of disclaimer that says that it's could be touched up or is fake. And then, yes, I want you to show me something that NASA claims to be a single shot of the Earth where I want to hear your analysis that it's fake.
So
cool stuff from Epic.
This would be NASA captures epic Earth image. Is this what you're asking for?
You show me, man.
So you want me to discredit this picture?
Well, first I want you to show me on there where it says that these things have been edited, as you just claimed.
There you go. The image was generated by combining 3 separate images to create a photographic quality image.
Yes, red, green, and blue. That's not edited.
That's not a photograph, is it?
That's not edited.
That's not a real photograph.
That's not edited.
Right, read what it says. The
I
image
read what
was
it says.
generated by combining 3 separate images to create a photographic quality image, right?
Right. Keep
reading.
Does
that satisfy the definition of a photograph?
Keep reading. It explains what those 3 images are.
I understand, but at this point, does it satisfy?
No, you don't understand what it is. Read.
No, I do. I'm asking you to tell me, does this satisfy the definition of photograph?
The red, green, and blue channel images are used in these color images.
Yeah.
Meaning that it is 3 different channels, not 3 different images.
No, I didn't say there were 3 images.
But you're saying they faked it.
I'm saying it's a composite.
No, it's layered is what it's called.
Right. By definition, that makes it a composite.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
A composite is a group like a collage.
No, a composite is 2 or 3 images, 2 or 3 elements of a picture being put together to make one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you think this is a real photograph?
Oh, yeah.
You're off your head. They admit that it's not a real photograph.
No, they admit that they shoot it in 3 different color stages. They don't admit that they faked it.
They do. They say the image was generated.
Say that it was faked?
It was generated by combining 3 separate images.
Right.
That's not a photograph, Sly. 3
separate images. The camera takes a series of 10 images in different narrowband filters.
You asked me to find you a picture.
I'm reading. From ultraviolet to near infrared to produce a variety of science products. The red, green, and blue channels blue channel images are used in these color images.
You asked me to find.
Where are you having the difficulty with that?
Here's where I'm having the difficulty with that. You asked me to find you a picture from NASA with the disclaimer that this was not a real picture. I found you a picture from NASA, and that I found you the disclaimer for it. Where's the problem?
Where's it disclaimed that it's not a real picture?
The image was generated by combining 3 separate images.
Combining 3 separate images, yeah.
It's a composite, Sly. That is the disclaimer.
So you're saying that means it's fake?
I'm saying that means it's not a photograph.
You're saying that means it's fake?
Right. You asked me to find you a picture from NASA with the disclaimer on it, so I did. There's a picture from NASA.
Yeah, but your disclaimer was to say that everything was faked or retouched or photoshopped.
Right.
That was what you said.
Composited by 3 different images. That makes it not
Yeah,
real.
3 different colors. You remember how we used to have those big screen TVs that had the big box that was like kind of a coffee table, and it
Yeah.
had the big red and the big green and the big blue lens on the front of it.
Yeah.
Right? All 3 of those were shooting the same thing in a different color tone. So that's what you're looking at there. Produce or create. Okay, what are you showing me?
The word generate, because you seem to be struggling with the word generate.
Right.
So the image is being
I'm not
generated by combining 3 separate
So
images.
it says there with CGI generated.
Is this a real photograph slide?
Does it say there in Photoshop generated?
Is this a real photograph slide?
Yes.
You're off your head, mate.
How am I off my head? Just
Because
because you don't like the fact that it was taken as a red, green, and a blue photo?
No, because a real photograph is not generated. It's taken and it's not altered in any way whatsoever.
It's not altered.
It's been created by combining 3 other
different
images.
colors. Yeah. Okay. So
it's not a photograph.
Your phone.
It's not a photograph. It's a composite.
Oh, Jesus. And now, and then once you finally concede to that, you'll say it's a digital image, right?
No, it's a composite slide. It's not a photograph.
It's a photograph, dumbass.
No, it's not a photograph. Do we need the definition of photograph?
Here we go. This is. Oh, well, that's cool because in the New Webster's dictionary, it actually says or stored digitally. So I'm good on that.
A picture slide, 1 picture made
Oh.
using a camera, not 3.
Oh, using a camera.
Mm.
Actually, an actual like film camera.
Mm.
So you don't
Using
like
a camera.
digital then? So you don't like digital.
Picture, 1 picture.
Yeah.
Using a camera, which an image is focused on onto light-sensitive material and then made visible and permanent by chemical treatment or stored digitally.
Right.
So it's a picture, 1 picture.
Yeah. Well, actually, you showed me something that's made up of 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Of the same thing.
You asked me to produce a photograph that NASA claimed to have had the disclaimer on. I did that.
No, you didn't.
What the
Because your definition of the disclaimer was that they had modified it or they photoshopped it or whatever. That was not that. That was just showing that it basically is made out of 3 channels of color. That's all.
Which is a composite. It's not a photograph.
Yeah, whatever, dude. So when you find Blackpool, you let me know. I'm going to bed. Well, okay. That was a nice way for him to depart. Oh man. So yeah, that's all I really had, guys. The excuse me. Yeah. I know camera sensors use RGB. I know that. Yeah, and I'll bet you if I had to put a filter on the front of a camera, yeah, I agree with that. If I had to put a filter on front of the camera and stuff like that, then that would be faked as well. So Riley did not. Oh, hold on. Let me drop this. Oh, real quick, to the guys that I had before, talked to back in the Hangout chat and stuff like that. Tell me if you did or you did not see what I was looking for. Don't have to say anything else. Just did or did not see. There's only probably going to be about 2 of those answers on there, but oh, I'm sorry. Got everybody over here. Right on top of the sensor, yeah. Did not see, did not see. Interesting, don't you think? But unfortunately, he dipped out before that's what I was actually going to close with, but he dipped out before yeah. So long story short, Riley refused to acknowledge that, or tried to talk his way around. I don't think refused to acknowledge is the right way to do it. Refused to acknowledge, well, fuck it. refuse to acknowledge that this is what the reflection looks like on a curved surface, whereas it's straight up on a flat surface. Remember the blue line? I almost put one of those there. But because it was not 30 miles away. And what do you call it? But that is what every inferior mirage shows you. I also showed you a video of 2 inferior mirages right above each other because of 2 hilltops. Inferior mirages only happen or only become visible over a curved surface, or when you're yeah, man, I'm just not going to go that deep into it. But and inferior means that it is below the horizon line, whereas superior means it's happening above the horizon line. So whenever you see an inferior mirage, that means you see it. That means that cut right there is actually the horizon. So if you're not seeing anything above that and it's disappearing below that, that means it is being visibly obstructed. And if the inferior mirage is the thing that you're seeing at that point, then you are actually seeing that because of the curvature of the Earth. The inferior mirage is not a replacement for the curvature of the Earth. However, the mirroring effect that is there is actually replacing what you would see in that point. Okay, so let's see. Topography is a gravity map. I saw it as I read it up on as a topography map, not a gravity map. Oh yeah, either way. Yeah, I know I know I could have picked out any image, but I wanted him to pick out one because he claimed that there's a disclaimer below every image. He even said this. Y'all can rewind if you're watching this now. He actually said that below every NASA image, there's a disclaimer to say that they've been modified or changed or whatever, which is not true. But he pulled up one of the epic images, claiming it's fake because of the fact that it is taken in 3 different color channels that are put together and all this. So therefore, it's fake. Okay. Now he's going to run to Nathan's and he's going to say that he destroyed me because of that fact and all that. That was just a supplementary fact. I was just going off of something that he was talking about. But ultimately, sorry, Nathan, you're still wrong. Okay, because in the same breath, you turned around and you said you don't go to NASA's websites, you don't look at NASA's stuff, and yet you seem to be the authority on saying below every one of NASA's images, there is this stuff. So, yeah. He absolutely, let's see, he bombed this one. I was showing him above and below. I actually played the clip, and higher than this, you will see you will not see the inferior mirage, whereas at the lower levels you will see it, which means that it is caused by the curvature and your angle of viewing. It is also a little bit weather dependent. I was hoping to get into him with that about that whole thing that he was reading off on Nathan's Hangout about the what was that? There was some location he was talking about. He was talking about degree differences and all this other stuff that are the only causes of inferior mirages, which is actually not the case. What do you call it? It's not to the extremes that he was reading it off. This has also got an inferior mirage. Thank you, Jaron, for picking this out. This is an inferior mirage. That's why it looks like it's floating above here. Only possible on a curve, and if we were across a flat plane, every single time you saw the sun or the moon, there would be across water that neat cone of light coming at you. There isn't one here. As a matter of fact, in the whole video that Jaron had about the Canigou Peaks, it's not there. I even pointed that out at the end of my review of that. Dirty air is dirty air. If you don't want people to refer to it as dirty air, come up with a better definition that suits the observation. The world record photo, yeah, I was going to show him this and ask him if he was looking down at this and all that, whatever. We never really got to that. But he supported the fact that all of these peaks are below the observer's point of view, and if they were pushed along a horizontal line across the surface of the Earth, they would all be below him. and yet he still would not recognize the fact that that means that level is above them, and you do not see any horizon there. The horizon is down here in this dip. Okay, that means curved Earth. Period. I don't care about their definition of what goes on here at the surface. Even Riley did say that above this thing here, this being the horizon, above this was only sky. Yet seemed to forgot about it when we were looking here. Okay, I was actually going to show this neat little thing of, you're actually looking down when, but just never got to that. Again, oh yeah, Ranty, still not a crane, dude. These highly illuminated piers are missing, as well as the entire city of Blackpool from his previous photo. Now, mind you, again, the Ferris wheel will be missing from this one because it was actually disassembled at the time of this photo. I only found out that literally today because I was trying to find out the height of that thing, and I looked it up and I was like, oh wow, cool. However, it is fully assembled at the time of this photo, and it would actually be located right about here, maybe a little bit more to the right. Okay, big ass Ferris wheel seems to be missing. And just like in Soundly's bridge photos, try and imagine this as that bridge going over the curve. Okay, once it gets up to a horizon level, and isn't it funny that right about this height is where the horizon starts? That cuts everything else off. Okay, Raleigh wanted to say it was because of piers, but even those piers, for safety reasons, in a waterfront, would have lights on them, even if all those places were shut down, which they wouldn't have been because the tower's up, okay, and everything else around here is lit up. So that means things were bumping down in Blackpool, okay, and you don't see any of the piers, you don't see any of the rides. The only thing you see is the top of the Blackpool Tower and the big one, okay, the roller coaster that Ranty thought was a crane or a TV antenna. Okay, I lined all these up. Okay, this is actually his photo. He actually zoomed in on it a little bit more. Okay, this does not match the building that he said it was. Okay, I don't know where he's even getting his definition of why that is. Just don't even have an answer for that. Okay, this was another photograph. This was a professional photograph taken from Roa Island. Had nothing to do with Ranty or any of them. And I have to honestly say that between this one, I have these lines up here for a purpose, and this one, will help if I brought them forward. Bring the front. Okay, this is telling me that he was actually he actually took his photo more inland from than Roa Island or Roa Island, whatever it's called here. Okay, because if I line up the tower, excuse me, tower, okay, the obstruction light on the big one, okay, on Ranty's photo, oops, on Ranty's photo, then these two square lights here line up with this line. Now you see I have it lined up the same way. Now, if I go to the professional photograph, they are actually farther out to the left. In order to get that kind of a parallax, that means he actually has to be further in to the further inland and not so far out as Roa Island. Okay, so I'm not 100% where he claimed he was, but he did claim that he was in the same spot as this, and that is not true. That's bullshit. And once again, he didn't have anything to say about the lack of Ireland. Inferior mirage. Once again, inferior mirage shown quite clearly. You can even see the reflections on the bottom. Okay, a compressed reflection, which comes back full circle to a curved surface reflection. Ladies and gentlemen, now unfortunately I didn't address any of the chat around, and I apologize for that, but this was very inclusive. Oh, let's see. And I don't even really know, honestly. I only saw way back in the beginning if anybody actually hit that super chat, and I really appreciate it if anybody, for everybody who did and anybody who did. Now I'm actually scrolling back to confirm something here, something that the other gentleman already had stated to me. Yeah, isn't it funny how that works? That's a, what do you call it? That's an inside joke between me and the people in the background there. You should ask Riley to go to a doctor if that's what his testicles look like. Yeah, no shit. But that's all I got for tonight. This went on very long, and yeah, now because of the time change, it's an hour later to me, unfortunately, which I will eventually adjust to. It just sucks the first couple of nights, especially when you gotta go to work in the morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this out, and y'all have yourselves a nice night.